Hello, hello, hello. Nick Lobania looks lost here. What's the matter, Nick? What's with the question mark? How can we help you out, Nick Lobania? Hi, Regina. Hi, Tina. Hi, Mary Beth. Hi, Bad Manners. Welcome to your first time here. Carolyn. Yeah, I'm on, Nick. Hi, help me, Rhonda. Okay, you're excited, huh? Okay, let me just make sure our, hold on one second. Yeah. Okay, good. All right, so today, the biggest updates with Brian Laundrie is that his sister lied. When he came back on September 1st, he went to his sister's house. He saw his sister. Hi, Annie B. Jess, Lori Kelly, Janice. Hey, Janice. Janice, did you change your last name? Is that our Janice Wolf? I don't know if you changed your last name. Tina. So, not only did he see her on September 1st, he saw her on that camping trip. Stony Stone Black Vault News. Hey, welcome to your first time. Got a lot of new people here. Sue Holly, how are you doing? Roots Calhoun. Finally decided to join us? Who? What is up with this? You always get down to the straight facts. Cassie's a big liar, and she probably helps him hide just like his mom. Yeah. She lied, totally. So if you go back to the interview she had, you can notice little things about her, the way she shakes her head. But she's a total liar, okay? And I don't know. It doesn't... We've been talking about whether she told the truth or not. And Brian Enton went to her house today. She didn't answer the door. There was no answer. And so... she's a total liar. So why did the lawyer issue the statement? Well, I think it's easy to see. She has a ton of cameras at her house. I think the FBI has the intelligence that he was there and that they saw her at the campground as well. So she had to come clean, so the lawyer issued the statement. And there was another statement issued by the lawyer, which I'm going to go over here in just a second. Hi, Nana Patty. If she saw her as a sister, why didn't she reach out to Gabby's parents? Well, she was the only one that did speak with Gabby's parents, but she wasn't truthful. She wasn't truthful. Surprise, surprise, because, you know, coming from that family, you would expect her to be a pillar of truth. But she was not. Now, let me get the second statement from the attorney. Stony Stone, please, let's not go there. You're not talking about the Realtor.com picture, are you? Okay, let me go to... Hold on. We're going to hear the latest on Cassie from Brian Enton, okay?
Certainly a new twist. You mentioned it, now involving Brian Laundrie's sister, Cassie. She said last month that she had not seen Brian Laundrie since he returned to Florida. But now we've confirmed today through the Laundrie family attorney that she has in fact seen Brian Laundrie not once,
twice,
but 2 times. We're going to walk you through the whole thing, but first of all, I want you to listen to what she said to ABC News last month.
All right.
Laundrie's sister Cassie says even she hasn't spoken to her brother since he returned to his home in Florida from his and Gabby's cross-country trip without Gabby.
I haven't been able to talk to him. I wish I could talk to him. I've cooperated every way that I can. I wish I had information where I would
Her
give
pants
more.
are on fire.
This is all I have is
lies.
I gave to the police.
No, lies.
So why is the story apparently changing? Well, we went to Cassie's house today. She lives about 45 minutes from where we are at the parents' house. Knocked on the door. No one was home. There were dogs home barking, but no one came to the door and we weren't able to get any answers. But according to the Laundrie attorney, Cassie saw her brother the first time on September 1st. That is when the attorney says that Cassie had her brother over to her house where they saw each other. And then a second time on September 6th, and listen to this, the attorney confirmed that Cassie actually went to the campsite, the campground where we confirmed Brian and his parents were camping.
Nice.
All of this after Brian came back to Florida in Gabby's van without Gabby. So some very interesting new details today. Meanwhile, the manhunt continues. Still no confirmed sightings of Brian Laundrie. Nicole?
All right, well, Brian,
no confirmed, but we heard the one in North Carolina, and it's believed to be false. The guy was much whiter than Brian was, like when I'm saying whiter, he wasn't tanned, whereas his skin is more tan from being outside. Looked, like every bald guy with a little bit of skin, can look like him, but their bodies weren't the same, and it was presumed false, okay? So let's see what else we have here. So this is the statement, okay, from the lawyer. Cassie saw her brother Brian on September 1st when he stopped by her home, and again on September 6th at the Fort DeSoto Park. Law enforcement agencies are well aware of these dates. Prior to that, he said, to my knowledge, Cassie went for a day. That Cassie was at the campground last month, despite Cassie saying in an earlier interview that she hasn't spoken to Brian since he returned from Florida. And then the other update was that there is a Moab, Utah police statement regarding the August 12th Moab police officer interaction with Gabrielle Petito and Brian Laundrie, and it says, the death of Gabrielle Petito in Wyoming is a heartbreaking tragedy, and all of us are deeply saddened to learn the outcome of the nationwide effort to locate her. Our sincere condolences go out to the Petito family. With the weeks-long search for Ms. Petito across the western U.S., news that a call to the Grand County Dispatch on August 12th reported a possible domestic dispute between Ms. Petito and Brian Laundrie here in Moab has naturally led to questions from the media and the public about the call. During the past week, our police officers have been both praised and criticized for their response and their resolution of the incident involving Ms. Petito and Mr. Laundrie. The Moab City Police Department has clear standards for officers' conduct during a possible domestic dispute, and our officers are trained to follow those standards and protocol. At this time, the city of Moab is unaware of any breach of police department policy during this incident. However, the city will conduct a formal investigation. Based on the results, will take any next steps that may be appropriate. We understand that individuals can view the same situation in very different ways, and we recognize how the death of Ms. Petito, more than 2 weeks later in Wyoming, might lead to speculation in hindsight about actions taken during the incident in Moab. The purpose of the city's formal investigation is to gather the underlying facts and evidence necessary to make a thorough, informed evaluation of such actions. Ultimately, we depend on our law enforcement officers to make the best possible decisions in evaluating every incident individually, based on the circumstances they encounter in the immediate moment. We also appreciate the assistance in this incident from cooperating rangers with the National Park Service. The Moab City Police Department will make all information from this incident available to the law enforcement agencies investigating Ms. Petito's death. Moab Police will also make sure our officers are available to answer any questions to those investigating agencies that those investigating agencies may have. Okay, so that is that. And there was a lot of talk of the body camera that we looked at last night. And that's really it, okay? So we have nothing concrete, nothing, no more charges issued against Brian, no more arrest warrants or whatever, nothing in that respect to him. So that's basically it. Does anybody have any questions before we move on? Nana times 3, John Masaki. What's the matter? What's Danielle saying? What's up? What's up? No questions? Mike Fury says, no questions, nothing. Okay. They're starting to say, oh, he might be on the Appalachian Trail, which we said, or, Amy Margolin says, that was a standard CYA letter from the police. Okay. Vanessa Renda, hello there. Mike is here, says, Nana Patty makes me so mad. I don't know, but if understood me, what I come up with just talking. What? Mike, what's up? Mike thought I deleted his comment. I did not delete Mike's comment. Mike is angry. Mike has an angry face on. Mike has an angry emoji in the chat. Don't be angry, Mike. Every moment you're angry, you lose 60 seconds. Every minute you're angry, you lose 60 seconds of happiness, Mike. Oh, now Mike's got a smiling face on. Good. You feel like your taxes may be better spent on bounty hunters, RS says. Your taxes may be better spent on bounty hunters? Okay. Hi, Geraldine. Oh, Mike's got a bunch of smiley faces. That's not how Mike woke up this morning. Mike had angry faces. He said I deleted his comments, and I didn't. Carolyn, as I come up with questions, as you are talking about it. Oh, whatever questions you have. You have a question, but you may not want to answer it. Okay, here's the questions the only questions that I may not want to answer, and I'll tell you. Hey, Mike. Thank you, Mike. The questions that I don't want to go, and I just see a little bit in the chat, okay, is any drama creators. I'm not going to discuss the drama creators, and I'm not going to discuss what they're doing because they want a response from me because that's what they want, and they're not going to get one because I'll leave somebody else to take care of that. That's why you have I'm free from all that, remember? Okay, movie maker. Did the FBI test the monster can that dog found? I don't think the FBI did. I think that, who knows? I don't know. I think dog was getting that tested. Well, as someone that just paid my taxes, if you don't pay your taxes, you're gonna lose your property. So everybody else is good. You've been following this case closely, Marge Gordon says. From Australia, it's so distressing. It is, and people want always Flyer B. So people want answers, and people want instant gratification, and people want him caught. But again, it doesn't always happen that way, and it takes time. He will be caught. He will be. It's just going to take some time. They're gathering information. When did and how did Gabby's parents first learn Brian was back in Florida? Well, I believe it was when he wasn't answering any texts or anything, and she started to get very worried. And so I think, we don't know, she hasn't said exactly how she's known that, but on the 10th, her father paid the Laundries a visit, and the van was in the driveway, and then the van was taken on the 11th. So it was a hard time getting her declared a missing person. So they tried Northport, and then they tried up in New York, and that's when they were able to get that done there. Sorry if I said something smart to you. Oh, to help me, Rhonda. Hi, Davida. Okay, so next, Sarah, I want to talk just a little bit about Sarah Everard, because we did cover that case, and this takes us to the UK. Okay, here's something, and there's even more updates on this, okay? So let's go first to put Sarah's picture up here. Sarah. Okay. So let's take a look at what happened over here, okay? Wayne Couzens given a whole life sentence. A Met police officer murdered Sarah Everard after kidnapping her under the guise of an arrest, and he's been sentenced to a whole life prison term. Wayne Couzens abducted the 33-year-old as she walked home from a friend's house in South London on the 3rd of March. During the sentencing, the judge said the case was devastating, tragic, and wholly brutal. Sarah's family said that they were relieved by the fact that Couzens would die in jail. Addressing the reporters outside the Old Bailey, following sentencing, Metropolitan Police Commissioner Dame Cressida Dick said she recognized that a precious bond of trust had been damaged by Couzens, who had brought shame on the Met. She described him as a coward and said his crimes were a gross betrayal of everything policing stands for, and she said she was so sorry. So there was an ongoing independent Office for Police Conduct review of how Couzens became a Met officer and it's found that the vetting procedures missed that 2 of his previous cars had been linked to allegations of indecent exposure. And 2 senior Met officers said they were not aware of rumors that Wayne Couzens was nicknamed the Arist. You know what I'm doing, what I mean, right? By colleagues. However, HM Chief Inspector Sir Tom Windsor said the nickname was known by some officers. Sir Tom, who in his role has responsibility for the inspection of police forces, told BBC Radio's 4, "Yes, I did know that." And he also had allegedly a reputation in terms of drug abuse, extreme pornography, and other offenses of this kind. What Couzens' colleagues knew or suspected about him remains the subject of this investigation. During the sentencing, Lord Justice Fulford described the circumstances of the kidnap, and murder as grotesque, telling him he had betrayed his family. He said Ms. Everard was an intelligent, resourceful, talented, and much-loved young woman still in the early years of her life. The judge told the 48-year-old Wayne Couzens, "Notwithstanding your guilty pleas, therefore, I have seen no evidence of genuine contrition on your part as opposed to evident self-pity and attempts by you to avoid or minimize the proper consequences of what you have done." He said the seriousness of the case was so exceptionally high that it warranted a whole life order. The misuse of a police officer's role, such as occurred in this case in order to kidnap, rape, and murder a lone victim, is of equal seriousness as a murder for the purpose of advancing a political, religious, or ideological cause. All of these situations attack different aspects of the fundamental underpinnings of our democratic way of life. Reacting to the sentencing, Sarah Everard's family said they were pleased with the full life term, adding that although nothing can make things better, nothing can bring Sarah back, knowing he will be in prison forever brings some relief. And they said, and I quote, "Sarah lost her life needlessly and cruelly, and all the years of life she had left to enjoy were stolen from her. Wayne Couzens held a position of trust as a police officer, and we are outraged and sickened that he abused this trust in order to lure Sarah to her death. The world is a safer place with him imprisoned." It's almost been 7 months since Sarah died, and the pain of losing her is overwhelming. We miss her all the time. We hold her safe in our hearts. And here's a drawing from inside the courtroom. Remember, in the UK, they don't, have the cameras and stuff like we do. As Wayne Couzens was told he would spend the rest of his life in prison, he kept his head down as he has throughout his time in the dock. He was shaking as he was sentenced. The Everard family looked on. The Metropolitan Police Commissioner, Dame Cressida Dick, was in court to hear the sentence. Her officer, a convicted murderer and arist. Mr. Justice Fulford told Wayne Couzens his offenses were warped, selfish, and brutal. The judge said Sarah was simply walking home. After the sentencing, police officers who investigated the murder hugged Sarah Everard's family. But, as her parents and sister said yesterday, all they want is Sarah back, and no punishment will ever compare to the pain and torture that Wayne Couzens has inflicted on them. Lord Justice Fulford paid tribute to the dignity of Ms. Everard's family, whose statements in court on Wednesday revealed the human impact of Wayne Couzens' offending, which he said was both sexual and homicidal. The judge added that Couzens had eroded public confidence in the police in England and Wales. In a letter she wrote before Dame Cressida spoke to reporters, Senior Labour MP Harriet Harman called on the Met Police Commissioner to resign. Ms. Harman said women's confidence in the police will have been shattered, and it would be impossible for Dame Cressida to oversee the changes needed to rebuild trust. Home Secretary Priti Patel said there were serious questions for the Metropolitan Police regarding the Cousins case, adding that the force will be held to account. She described the crimes as sickening and said it was right that this monster had been given a whole life sentence. Cousins was married with 2 children, then burned the marketing executive's body in a... Wayne Cousins was married with 2 children. He burned the marketing executive's body in a refrigerator in an area of woodland he owned in Hodes Wood near Ashford before dumping the remains in a nearby pond. On March 9th, he was arrested at his home in Deal, Kent, after police connected him to the hired car he used to abduct Sarah Everard. Her remains were found by police dogs the next day. And this is Wayne without the drawing. The Prime Minister Boris Johnson said he was sickened by the details that had emerged during sentencing. And I quote him saying, "Our police are there to protect us, and I know that officers will share in our shock and devastation at the total betrayal of this duty. People must be able to walk on our streets without fear of harm and with full confidence that the police are there to keep them safe." The way he took advantage of Sarah's trust makes me feel sick to the stomach. Okay, and now there is an update with, outrage over disgusting police advice after Sarah's murder. So police have been accused of being dangerous, patronizing, and victim-blaming following a controversial warning to women in the wake of Sarah Everard's murder. The London's Metropolitan Police have published new guidance to the public over what action should be taken if someone fears an officer is not genuine or acting legitimately. The string of suggestions included shouting to a passerby, running to a house, knocking on a door, or calling 999. It follows mounting pressure to explain how violence against women will be prevented and trust in police regained after serving officer Wayne Cousins brutally killed and raped Sarah Everard. Our response to issues raised by the crimes of Wayne Cousins, a message on its website is titled, and I quote, "The full horrific details of his crimes are deeply concerning and raise entirely legitimate questions. This is the most horrific of crimes, but we recognize that this is part of a much bigger and troubling picture. If someone is approached by a single plainclothes officer, they should seek further reassurance of the officer's identity and intentions by asking some very searching questions of that officer. The recommended questions include, where are your colleagues? Where have you come from? Why are you here? And exactly, why are you stopping or talking to me? If after all of that you feel in real and imminent danger and you do not believe the officer is who they say they are for whatever reason, then I would say you must seek assistance. Shouting out to a passerby, running into a house, knocking on a door, waving a bus down, if you are in the position to do so, calling 999. Now, the paragraph has been amended with references to running into a house, knocking on a door, or waving a bus down, deleted. Cousins pled guilty in July to Sarah Everard's kidnapping, rape, and murder and was given a full life order on Thursday for the first police officer to ever receive such a sentence. The warning has sparked fury among women, prompting police to delete a section of the statement. Patsy Stevenson, who was arrested at a vigil for Sarah Everett in the days following her murder, took to Twitter accusing police of victim blaming. And I quote, telling us that we should scream and draw attention to ourselves or call 999 to check or wave down a bus is like saying she could have stopped it. She couldn't have. This was not down to her. We should be able to trust that a police officer is not going to murder us. The post was swiftly inundated with hundreds of comments taking aim at the controversial advice. It's mind-blowing that they think this in any way addresses the problem, one person replied. Another dubbed the suggestions as ridiculous. What's the bus driver going to do? Ask to see a warrant card? And how do you call 999 on your phone when your hands are cuffed behind your back? Same old story. Women have to change behavior because men can't be expected to. It's insulting to everyone, someone else wrote. Dawn Butler lashed out, saying the problem with the police advice on how to handle police is that they are admitting that there are more Wayne Cousins in the police service. So what I want to know is, how are the Met and other police forces going to flag and flush them out? They should be scared, not us. Why do they persist with this dangerous, patronizing victim blaming? It is absolutely disgusting. Another called for review of all serving officers, saying, yet again, the onus is then on the woman to take responsibility. So, yeah. See if you have any questions on that. I'm sure there's probably, let's see. So what about, how many are you even familiar with Sarah Everett? She was walking home from a friend's house, and this police officer picked her up, kidnapped her, raped her, and killed her. England is too. Any of our UK people have anything to say? Hi, Sully. Amy says, I'm familiar with the politics of London. Deborah Van Coverdon says horrendous. LMW says horrendous. Tina Osborne said, this happened 30 minutes from me. Oh, wow, Tina. Nothing more? Mike doesn't have anything? I thought Mike would have something. Terry, TV. Rebecca said she never heard about it, but it breaks her heart. It shocked and disgusted us, Carolyn, Sully said. Okay. All right, let's see what else we have. They still haven't found Maya Marcano. The family of the missing Florida college student called on another family, that of the 27-year-old maintenance man named the prime suspect before he killed himself, to speak up if they know anything. Wow. So, yeah, they haven't... Maya Marcano, 19, was last seen when she left work at the Arden Villas Apartments in Orlando, where she also lived, on September 24th. Her family told investigators that she had a flight booked to Fort Lauderdale that night, but never boarded the plane. Investigators found Marcano's blood on a pillow in her apartment and the bedroom door blocked. Once detectives got into the room, they found it in disarray and the bedroom window was open. Orange County Sheriff John Mina said that the Arden Villas maintenance man Armando Caballero, 27, was investigators' prime suspect, noting that a maintenance-issued master key fob was used to enter the apartment about a half an hour before Marcano got off of work. He was found dead Monday in Seminole County from an apparent suicide. Marcano's cousin, Callie Sue, said to his family, if you know anything, you need to speak up. No matter what information you know, you may think it's so insignificant. If you texted Armando any time between last week and now, you say, hey, and you saw that message was delivered, provide the information. Sue and other members of Marcano's family believe she is still alive. Mina said, the FBI has joined the search along 60 detectives working exclusively on the case. We are going to find Maya, and we are pouring a lot of resources into this case. No, that's crazy. Let's hope she's found alive somehow. I don't know. It doesn't look good for the guy committing suicide. And then you still have the missing boys, the West boys. They're still missing 9 months after. Orson and Orrin West reported missing December 21st, 2020 by Trezell and Jacqueline West, the boys' adoptive parents. Trezell said at the time the boys were in the backyard playing and that he accidentally left a gate open while gathering wood. But the Wests have made no further comments about the case. Orson and Orrin's biological family, meanwhile, has held monthly prayer gatherings at different locations for the boys. We are just showing our presence to let them know that we are keeping the awareness out there. No protest. It's a prayer. It's peaceful, said Rosanna Wills, the boys' biological cousin. We pray for everyone. The police department that is on the case, keep them in prayer. We just hope someone will come forward. The family says they will continue their prayers until the boys, known as Sincere and Classic, are found. Unfortunately, we're not unfamiliar with missing children in Bakersfield, so it's something that we will continue to investigate until we come to the truth of these circumstances, said the Bakersfield Police Sergeant Robert Pear. We are not dealing with adults. It's not like the national events where adults tend to leave bigger digital and life footprints. A reward for information leading to the boys has reached $125,000, and anyone with information on the boys or their disappearance is asked to call the current secret witness hotline at 661-322-4040. Let's see, we got a Chicago boy missing. A 13-year-old Chicago boy has been missing for a month after reportedly visiting his great aunt. Family said Keishan Collins frequently visited the relative. He was last seen on September 2nd at about 9 p.m. near the Auburn-Gresham area of South Chicago. He was supposed to move to Texas with his father the next day. Police describe him as 5'1", 90 pounds. When last seen, he was wearing blue sweatpants with the word "trap" on the front, and he was shirtless and wearing black Nike flip-flops. Family members say They saw activity on Colin's Instagram page on September 5th, but there's been nothing since that time. His cell phone has been off for the entirety. Anyone with information should call Chicago Police at 312-747-8274. Wow, what is this about? Missouri. This time, they've arrested 2 men in connection with the disappearance of a woman seen in late July. But 33-year-old Cassidy Rainwater remains missing. Photo given to the FBI by an anonymous tipster last month showed her in a cage in a partially nude state and led to the arrest. Rainwater was reported missing August 26, and the Dallas County Sheriff's Office released a photo of her on September 1st, asking for help in finding her. Shortly afterwards, investigators learned that Rainwater had been in contact with James Phelps, 58. Phelps told detectives the missing woman had been staying at his home until she could get back on her feet. But she left in August, in the middle of the night, getting into a vehicle that stopped for her at the end of his driveway. She had mentioned going to Colorado, he said. Phelps showed a deputy around his property, including the loft where he said she stayed while she was there. Then, when investigators received the photo, they went back to Phelps, who told them the same story he had before, but the sheriff's office wanted a search warrant for Phelps's phone, where they found 7 photographs of Rainwater in a cage at his home and partially nude. The court documents also say that deputies later arrested Timothy Norton, age 56, although they did not say what led them to investigate Timothy Norton. The documents say Norton told detectives he helped restrain Rainwater on July 24th, and that he knew that she was kept in a cage. Norton then admitted that after arriving at Phelps's home, he did physically confine her by holding her down for a substantial period of time for the purpose of facilitating the commission of a felony or inflicting physical injury or terrorizing her, said the probable cause affidavit. The affidavit did not explain what felony was committed or what injury Rainwater suffered. Phelps and Norton have been charged with kidnapping, facilitating a felony, inflicting injury, and terrorizing. Gosh, where is she? Okay. Now, what is this about? There's a creepy voicemail found on Brian Laundrie's Instagram post. Brian Laundrie shared a number to a violent-filled game in July 2020, which prompted people to listen to an eerie voicemail. What is this? An eerie voicemail. Okay, according to The Sun, oh great. Laundrie shared a phone number to the game Hotline Miami on his Instagram account, along with hand-drawn pictures from the game. One drawing showed a character holding a bloody knife while wearing blood-stained clothing. Internet sleuths found the photo while searching through Laundrie's Instagram posts. The game is overflowing with raw brutality, hard-boiled gunplay, and skull-crushing close combat. The voicemail depicts a male voice claiming, "We are 50 blessings, together we march into the future." Another voicemail from the same number claims that number is no longer in service. Although the photos do not necessarily mean that Laundrie got violent ideas from the game, social media users pointed out that the general eeriness of the artwork after Gabby Petito was found dead. Laundrie described himself as a comic book fan and a follower of pop culture. This is the photo. Hold on, this one. I guess that's the number that they gave out. The first 6 numbers are coordinates. If you type them into Google Maps, you get an area 7 hours from Grand Teton, and it's another park. Not sure if that has any relevance, but I found it strange. Boomers are triggered by Hotline Miami art there. They were part of a fight club. You are a psychopath. I'm going to find you so I can get $170,000 once you're in custody of the FBI. If anyone is following this case, I see artwork because he's wanted for questioning. This shouldn't be used as evidence. Brian Laundrie left details to a creepy voicemail on his Instagram page after posting chilling artwork featuring a bloody animal armed with a knife. This is the phone number for that voicemail. What's with the phone number? Everybody calm down. It's fan art to a game called Hotline Miami. The phone number is a prank number that was part of the game. It is not coordinates. It's not secret coding. He is not a genius. He's a 23-year-old hippie backpacker with no social skills at all. His last pinned Pinterest post was burnout, being burnt out with autism. That doesn't mean he was autistic. I'm not his psych doctor, but not something someone would normally pin on Pinterest. People who shame people on the autistic spectrum here, just shut up. I see dumb posts of this on news articles. I believe this is Hotline Miami. Very true, but we have people like So-So that doesn't know whether they're talking about and ends up writing some shite article for clicks so people can either blame art based off of a video game or a movie or a TV show. So she and the media can spread more fake news pushing towards some stupid narrative rather than admitting that there are some people out there that are just plain effed up. She should just write gardening and lifestyle articles rather than trying to cash in on some girl's death. Her article is crap anyways. WTF, the dude is a murdering POS, but it's not because of violent art. LOL, ignorant. His art reminds me of the sickos that believe in implementing gematria, secret society BS, murdering effers. Okay, that's so stupid. And then more than half a dozen tips have been made to 2 counties in North Carolina claiming that fugitive Brian Laundrie is hiding out on the Appalachian Trail. Officials from both Wantagh County and Avery County Sheriff's Office in North Carolina say that calls have been flooded in during the past 48 hours with callers stating that Laundrie could be hiding out in the North Carolina mountains. We actually had a conversation with the FBI this morning, and what you said is correct, says the Wantagh County Sheriff Len Hageman. If there's something legitimate, we'll check it out. And if there's something more to it, then the FBI will be contacted, but not on every call. Another tipster reported seeing Laundrie in a car, but authorities in Wantagh County said they pulled that car over and it turned out to be nothing. Laundrie reportedly has no known connections to North Carolina. Remember, somebody was thinking about his grandfather or something? But he's familiar with the Appalachian Trail, and according to a friend of his late girlfriend, he used to brag about surviving several months alone on the trail. It's a rugged trail, but it's easily accessible, and you can get back in there, and you could pretty much hide anywhere, hiker Tom Nizial said. So if somebody wanted to hide in this area, they might be able to. Laundrie's parents have insisted they have no clue where he is, and they claimed he left their residence with a backpack and headed to the Carlton Reserve on September 14th. They reported him missing 3 days later. Oh no. The Arkansas man accused of ramming a jogger with his truck and R-ing her as she was dying entered guilty pleas Friday to the capital murder NR and was sentenced to life without parole. Quake Llewellyn, 29, avoids the death penalty with his plea and the death of 25-year-old Sydney Sutherland, an area nurse who knew her killer. Llewellyn, from a well-known local farming family, has been charged with capital murder, rape, kidnapping, and abuse of a corpse in the 2020 murder, and prosecutors have said they fully intended to seek the death penalty if he was convicted. Llewellyn reportedly confessed and told investigators he passed Sutherland as she jogged, then turned around and came back and struck her with the truck. He put her in the back of the truck and drove to another location where he raped and buried her. Sutherland's body was found 2 miles from where Llewellyn hit her. The medical examiner found that she died from multiple blunt force traumas, but it's not clear when in the sequence of events she died. Her mother, Maggie Sutherland, previously said she thought Llewellyn deserved the death penalty. He is a monster, an evil monster. She did not deserve any of that. Texas teen is behind bars after police say he killed his own newborn to get out of paying child support. Caleb Blake Brown, 17, has been charged with first-degree murder in connection with the death of his son, Emerson Zeismer, who was 24 days old when he died. The incident happened in Carlton, Texas, reportedly when Brown was alone briefly with the infant on August 9th. Brown and the baby's mother, Rachel Zeismer, took Emerson to an emergency room in Plano afterwards, but the infant was subsequently transferred to the Children's Medical Center of Dallas, where he passed away. An autopsy indicated that Emerson had a lacerated liver and several misplaced ribs. Oh my gosh. While he was briefly alone with the infant on the afternoon of August 9th, Brown allegedly, in a probable cause affidavit for his arrest, warned that he squeezed him and reportedly hurled him into the air, eventually hitting, oh my gosh, the ceiling fan. This is so sick. Investigators determined through social media and cell phone records that Brown didn't want to be a father, and he was upset at the infant's mother for not aborting the baby or putting him up for adoption. Officers also obtained video footage that allegedly showed Brown calling his son names such as ugly and dumb, and putting his middle finger towards him. Oh my gosh, these people are just sickening. Oh my gosh, this is so gross. This wasn't the first time abuse happened, according to Zeismer. She told police that when Emerson was about 10 days old, she heard a loud wail and walked to find Brown squeezing him, the baby, around his stomach. Afterward, Brown wasn't left alone with Emerson except for a few brief minutes on August 9th when Zeismer went to the bathroom to change clothes. Again, she heard the baby's cries and walked in the room where Brown and the baby were at. She noticed Emerson turning green and immediately took him to the hospital. Brown later reported, admitting that after the baby hit his head on the ceiling fan, he squeezed the infant again and believes the final squeeze was what killed him. Brown remains behind bars on a $2 million bond. Wow. That's just horrific. Texas boy is facing charges after police say he killed his twin sister, but he apparently claims it was unintentional. Early Wednesday morning, deputies arrived at the home off of Brown Meadow Court in Harris County when they found 17-year-old Benjamin Elliott performing CPR on his twin sister, Megan Elliott. Harris County Sheriff Ed Gonzalez said the victim had multiple stab wounds. Megan was pronounced dead at the scene. Elliott reportedly told police that he was sleepwalking when he walked into his sister's room between 2:30 and 3 a.m. with a knife. He said he didn't realize he was sleepwalking until he was in her room and noticed a knife wound on her neck. The defendant stated that after realizing he was not dreaming, he removed the knife and he placed it next to the complainant, turned on the light in the bedroom, applied pressure to the wound with a pillow. Police took Elliott into custody and charged him with murder. On Thursday morning, prosecutors told a judge that Elliott has no known sleep issues, according to what Elliott told investigators. However, defense attorneys are pouring through the teen's medical records to see if they can find any medical problems. Defense lawyers also shared photos of the twins and announced that they got along well and had no problems. Neighbors and investigators said that the twins appeared to have a good relationship. Siblings are normally very close and you have that bond between, but people have things happen, said Deputy Thomas Gilliland. Elliott remains behind bars on a $100,000 bond. Wow. Where were the parents? And then they have authorities in Iowa are working to confirm the identity of a deceased juvenile with clothing that matches the description of 11-year-old Xavier Harrelson, who disappeared in May. Iowa Division of Criminal Investigation Assistant Director Mitch Morvet told the media that the clothing description matched what Harrelson was wearing when he was last seen months ago: a red t-shirt, blue pajama bottoms, and black tennis shoes. Authorities have not yet commented on the condition of the remains or exactly how and where the boy was discovered. They said it could take weeks to months for authorities to make a positive identification. Investigators had previously classified Harrelson's disappearance as a missing child case, not a child abduction case, though officials did reportedly say the disappearance was suspicious. It is not known if authorities are considering foul play at this time. And a 26-year-old Louisiana man has been charged in the murder of his 11-month-old daughter. The child's mother asked deputies to check on her infant daughter just after midnight on September 28th. They arrived at the home and spoke with the baby's father, Jake Guidry, who told them he hit the girl too hard and she died. He was immediately taken into custody. The deputies found the little girl's body in the rear cargo area of her father's SUV. Guidry has been charged with second-degree murder and is being held at the La Forche Parish Correctional Complex with a $1 million bail. That's just great and wonderful. Then we have TikTok star Gabriel Salazar and 3 friends were killed earlier this week in a fiery crash that ended a police chase in Zavala County, Texas. Salazar, 19, and the other people in his car were all pronounced dead at the scene. On Sunday, September 26th, at approximately 1:20 a.m., ZCSO deputy overheard a Crystal City Police Department officer initiate a traffic stop on U.S. Highway 83 at the intersection of FM 3292. CCPD officer advised he was in an active pursuit with a white Chevy Camaro that was traveling north on Highway 83 towards La Prairie. ZCSO deputy assisted with deploying a tire deflation device, but was unsuccessful. ZCSO deputy stated that he later heard CCPD officer advise that the vehicle had rolled over and that it was fully engulfed in flames. 4 individuals were pronounced dead at the scene. The Texas Department of Public Safety is in charge of the investigation. The Zavala County Sheriff's Office officials say they encountered difficulty extinguishing the fire because the gas tank ruptured in the crash, spilling gasoline that fueled the blaze. Salazar, known as Gabe, not Babe, on TikTok, was known on the platform for lip-syncing and skits. He had more than 1 million followers. Fellow TikTok star Chris Vasquez, who frequently appeared in Salazar's videos, set up a GoFundMe for his friend's family. Words cannot express the heartache our entire community is feeling for the loss of our Gabriel. The Texas Department of Public Safety spokesperson, Sergeant Eric Estrada, said that Salazar, driving a 2014 Chevrolet Camaro, drove off the road, overcorrected, and traveled across the roadway onto the West Barrow Ditch. At that point, he said, the muscle car struck some trees, rolled over several times, and caught fire. 15-year-old Wisconsin boy was arrested for allegedly fatally shooting his 11-year-old sister on Tuesday. Pittsburgh police said David Schenk was booked into jail on a tentative charge of first-degree reckless homicide. However, police have not yet provided information about the shooting which killed the teen's sister, Carolina Schenk. The Wisconsin State Journal reported that a criminal complaint had not been filed as of Thursday. The siblings' parents called Tuesday's fatal shooting an accident in a statement issued to the State Journal. Our attention is now focused on coordinating our daughter's funeral while at the same time praying that our son is represented and supported. This has been a horrific few days for our family, and our goal is to get our son the legal support he needs, as this accident has taken an emotional toll on all of us. Oh, there's a trial date for Evelyn Boswell now. I hope people are still... I don't even know if I'm talking to myself right now. I can't see the chat. Oh, okay. You guys are still here. So... Megan Maggie Boswell appeared in court for a status hearing in connection with the death of her 2-year-old daughter this week. Judge Jim Goodwin scheduled Boswell's trial for September 26, 2022. Wow. Starting at 8:30 a.m. at the Sullivan County Criminal Court in Tennessee. Boswell has been charged with 19 offenses, including felony murder. She's also been charged with aggravated child abuse, aggravated child neglect, tampering with evidence, abuse of a corpse, failure to report a death, and 12 counts of making false reports. According to the Sullivan County Sheriff Jack Cassidy, 1-year-old What did they do? 1-year-old Evelyn Boswell was reported missing in February of 2020, almost 2 months after family members had last seen her. While authorities began a desperate search for the child, her mother, Megan Boswell, allegedly lied to authorities numerous times regarding Evelyn's whereabouts. Every time we talk to her, her story changes, Cassidy previously said. I'm serious when I say every single time. On February 18th of 2020, The day authorities issued an Amber Alert for Evelyn, Boswell reportedly told a DCF worker that Evelyn's father, Ethan Perry, had the child and she planned to pick her up. Authorities said that Perry, who was stationed in Louisiana and actively serving in the military, did not have their daughter. Boswell later told them that her mother took the baby to someone in a silver camper in Virginia. I told TBI where to find her in Mendota. My mom took her to a campground in a silver camper, and if they don't go tonight, I'm going to go find her myself because I've told them and they're not really taking it seriously. If they don't go tonight, I will go myself and go get her. The claim that Megan made, stating that Evelyn was in a camper in Mendota, was investigated completely, and it was false. According to the TBI special agent Brian Fraley, authorities eventually found the toddler's body in an outside shed of a property that belongs to Megan Boswell's father, Tommy Boswell Sr. Boswell Sr., who has not been named a suspect in this case, said that he was the one that alerted officials in February that he had not seen Evelyn since December. Meanwhile, details surrounding Evelyn's cause of death have not been made public. Boswell pled not guilty to the charges and remains behind bars on $1 million bond. She's scheduled to appear again April 7th, 2022 for a pretrial motion. The judge will decide during the hearing if a change of venue will be allowed given the high publicity of the case. I can't believe that so far. What? This is incredible. There's one story I can't even read because it's just too horrific. I won't even. On Monday, Washington police shared details about how a man boarded a bus full of elementary school children and fatally stabbed the driver. Pasco detective Julie Lee said that Joshua Davis, 34, forced entry into a school bus, leaving Longfellow Elementary School on Friday after knocking on its front door. Davis allegedly then stabbed the driver, 72-year-old Richard Lenhart, in the front of the bus, which had 35 children aboard. Bus surveillance cameras captured the fatal attack. Davis reportedly stayed at the scene but refused to talk to responding officers. According to the Pasco police, Lenhart had spotted Davis at the bus entrance after the students boarded the bus. Lenhart initially opened the bus to an empty-handed Davis, who asked if the bus was going to Road 100. Police asserted that Lenhart's decision to open the doors for Davis was not risky, considering the street that they were on was busy and had several people around in the afternoon. The suspect did not need transportation to Road 100. Davis has driven to a scene in a private vehicle, had parked nearby, and approached the area of the school on foot. After Lenhart told Davis the bus was not going to Road 100, Davis reportedly appeared to turn around to walk away, but he then turned back around, brandished a knife, and repeatedly stabbed Lenhart, who was buckled in his seat. The attack caused Lenhart's foot to come off the brake, resulting in the bus moving forward until it drove onto the sidewalk and stopped in some bushes and trees. The Pasco Police Chief Ken Rosk said no children were injured in Friday's attack. He also debunked rumors about Davis being homeless. A knife was recovered from the scene, but a motive remains unclear. There is reportedly no indication that Lenhart and Davis knew each other before the deadly attack. Davis was charged with first-degree murder, and he remains jailed on $1 million bail. What about all the kids, too, that saw all that? They're not injured? Oh, my gosh. It's just disgusting. Maggie Murdaugh, the slain wife of embattled South Carolina legal scion Alex Murdaugh, saw a divorce lawyer in April, just 6 weeks before she and her son Paul were gunned down on the family hunting property. The June 7th murders rocketed the family into national headlines, continuing through Alex Murdaugh's alleged suicide for hire scheme in early September that ended with Murdaugh in treatment for substance abuse, fired from his family's law firm, suspended from practicing law, and charged with insurance fraud and conspiracy. And the investigations over the summer brought more scrutiny to older cases involving the Murdaughs, whose family held legal sway over their part of South Carolina's Low Country for more than 100 years. Alex Murdaugh's law firm, which was founded by his great-grandfather, forced him out September 3rd over alleged financial improprieties, and the next day he called 911 to say he'd been shot in the head while changing a tire on a rural road. After 2 days in the hospital, Murdaugh was released and announced he was entering rehab for a drug problem. Days later, he told investigators he had hired a former client to kill him so that his remaining son, Buster, could claim a $10 million life insurance payout. Murdaugh perceived need to help Buster get a large payout from an insurance claim, and the alleged misuse of firm funds pointed to possible problems in the family finances. The Murdaugh family murders impact of influence learned that Maggie Murdaugh had similar questions. This is a podcast by Matt Harris. Before she was killed, Maggie hired a forensic accountant. Harris didn't know what took place, but it could coincide with Maggie's trip in late April to meet with a divorce attorney in Charleston, which was reported by People magazine, citing a law enforcement source familiar with the Murdaugh's investigations, who also said that Maggie Murdaugh had just begun to look at the family's finances in anticipation of seeking a divorce. She didn't pay close attention to the family money or where it came from. But now she was starting to look into it. Alex Murdaugh's co-workers told People magazine that in the weeks leading up to the murders, Maggie had stopped coming to the office to have lunch with her husband. Money seemed to be frequently at the heart of Murdaugh's troubles. He's currently facing 3 lawsuits, 2 of which relate to a fatal boat crash in 2019 with an intoxicated Paul Murdaugh reportedly at the wheel. Paul Murdaugh, then 19, reportedly drove the boat at a very high speed into a bridge piling. The impact tossed one of the passengers, 19-year-old Mallory Beach, into the water, and her body was found a week later. Paul was facing charges that he was driving while intoxicated at the time of his death. Those charges were dropped when he was killed. But Mallory Beach's family has filed a wrongful death suit against Alex and Buster Murdaugh, claiming they condoned and even assisted Paul with his underage buying alcohol. Another passenger in Paul's boat that night claimed that Alex Murdaugh tried to frame him as the driver of the boat. Then the sons of Gloria Satterfield, the Murdaugh's longtime housekeeper, who died in 2018, came forward. Satterfield had reportedly died from injuries that she sustained in a slip and fall at the Murdaugh home. Alex convinced the sons to hire his former college roommate and godfather to Paul as their attorney to file a suit against him for a wrongful death. The attorney negotiated a $500,000 settlement for the sons, with Murdaugh's hand-picked banker as the Satterfield's representative. But the sons filed a suit earlier this month, claiming they never saw any of that money. The SLED opened an investigation when the Hampton County coroner said that Satterfield's death had never been reported to her office and that she learned of it when the banker filed for an acceptance of the settlement. Further, she said that Satterfield's death certificate listed natural causes as the cause of her death. Alex was released on his own recognizance after he was arraigned on the insurance fraud charges and allowed to go back to a rehab center, reportedly in Atlanta. He was ordered to hand in his passport, but he is not wearing a GPS monitor. And that's going to be the end of that now, I think. Let me see. Oh, no, let's look at this. 2 adults and their young son were discovered dead in an Airbnb rental in Mexico this week, and their relatives are searching for answers. Jose Nunez's aunt, Trini Jacobo, said that her nephew, his wife Maria, and the couple's 3-year-old son Jaden were found dead during a vacation to Mexico when they were staying in an Airbnb. It's unclear where in Mexico the family was vacationing or exactly when the bodies were found. I got another call saying that it wasn't just him, it was also his wife and son. Authorities in Mexico do not appear to have publicly commented on the deaths, and it's not clear if investigators are treating the deaths as suspicious. They're still in Mexico, and they're going to be performing an autopsy and definitely getting to the root of what caused their deaths, his aunt said. So we're not sure about any specifics at this time. The family has organized a GoFundMe crowdfunding campaign to raise money to have the bodies transported back to the United States. We're not worried about anything else right now. We want our loved ones back in the States. We want to know what happened, but we want Maria, Jose, and Jaden home. Okay, and that's the end now. Wow. Okay, we covered a lot of ground there. Now the next thing. Okay. So we did the Brian Laundrie sightings and updates. We did true crime headlines and case updates. And now we're looking at online trolls and incels. Does anybody have any questions? I feel like I'm on anything over there that we just discussed. Okay, then. Okay, so Ashley Banfield was on earlier, and she was talking about online trolling, and she was talking about online trolling of Gabby Petito, and then she was talking about the online trolling of the Rusak family, online trolling of people in general, and what is happening. But then back to Gabby Petito, the horrible comments that are being made about Gabby Petito, and the group on Reddit that is standing up for Brian, saying he's a good guy, he may be misunderstood, calling Gabby names, all kinds of stuff like that, and having to do with incels. Okay? And this came up the other night here, okay? And you're going to hear it more and more on social media because, okay. Trying to get this. Okay, in the past few years, there's a subset of straight men calling themselves incels. And they've constructed a violent political ideology around the injustice of young, beautiful women refusing to have relations with them. So incels is involuntary celibate. And so they have this hatred towards these women, okay? These men often subscribe to notions of white supremacy. They are, by their own judgment, mostly unattractive and socially inept. They frequently call themselves subhuman. They also are diabolically misogynistic. Okay, and the incel ideology has already inspired the murders of at least 16 people. But if you listen to Ashley Van Hild, they have this Facebook, not a Facebook group, a Reddit group for Brian Laundrie. And let's see here. Now, Ross Douthat wrote a column for the Times and said that society would soon enough address the unhappiness of incels, be they angry and dangerous or simply depressed or despairing. Second, so I want to get the so here we go. The death of Gabby Petito and the disappearance of Brian Laundrie has attracted culture war trolls, men's rights adherents, and armchair voyeurs. And so, in the darker corners of the internet, Brian Laundrie is a victim of domestic violence, a symbol of bias against men when it comes to abuse accusations from women, and a poster boy for how bald men are treated as second-class citizens. A site in the Reddit underworld, Friends of Brian, is attracting trolls, Petito supporters, and men's right adherents. Is Brian not attractive enough for Gabby? Read one headline. One has to wonder if there is body shaming at play here. Brian is being accused of killing Gabby with no evidence of doing so, and Brian's name is being dragged through the dirt. These same people will watch a Ted Bundy documentary and fawn and swoon over Ted Bundy. The disturbing conspiracy and trolling groups are a side effect of the lurid fascination with Petito and other missing or murdered white women who are almost defiled in the press and on social media after they become victims of violent crimes. Since the 22-year-old van lifer influencer was discovered dead in a Wyoming national park on September 19th, strangers crafted heartfelt and photoshopped tributes to the woman they never knew, depicting her as a haloed angel or a tragic symbol of violence against women. Hold on one second here. People defending Brian should be ashamed of themselves, one pro-Petito user wrote last week on the subreddit Friends of Brian, where users have created Brian Lives Matter, using a BLM design, superimpose Laundrie's face onto the footage of a bare-chested male artist, and share posts such as, is Gabby faking her death with the help of Fox News and other media outlets? The angry interloper added, she was found dead. He's fine. He told her she was a crappy blogger. Her blog had thousands of hits, more attention than any of you will get in your lives. Stop defending abusers. Defend domestic violence? A troll responded, what are you talking about? We have been standing at Brian's side since the beginning. He's a victim of physical abuse at the hands of GP. Domestic violence is no joke. Another person appearing to be serious chimed in and said, I'm defending Brian because I believe he's the real victim of domestic abuse, and I want to see the toxic view of only men being abusers changed. For myself, I was abused as a young child and my abuser was female. The channel has inspired a less popular but more offensive subreddit, which is a play on white supremacist tropes and clearly mocks passionate Petito memorials shared on other forums. So, yeah, and they're coming all around. And Ashley Banfield says, they're coming around and it's really gross. And some of these posts in there say, don't forget the police are looking for Brian because of a missing persons report filed by his parents. He's not convicted of any crimes. Well, yes, he is. Now his credit card fraud. Yeah. Then someone said, Brian is innocent. Gabby had issues and likely is to blame for all the issues. Yeah. Brian was framed. The entire thing was a government cover. This is the crazy crap that we're seeing. And it says that, the metasizing fascination with the Petito investigation is nothing new when it comes to high-profile crimes involving white women. Amateur gumshoes flock to Facebook groups dedicated to the August 2018 case of Shanann Watts, who, along with her 2 young daughters, was murdered by her husband, Chris Watts. Chris Watts initially told TV reporters his wife went missing and that he had no idea where they were and made a plea for their return. Because Shanann had religiously documented the family's life on her business on her Facebook page, voyeurs and sympathizers spawned countless groups to memorialize the victims, and to this day, people Photoshop artwork dedicated to the family and commemorate Shanann and the girls on their birthdays. On TikTok, people continue to share present-day video of the couple's old house and of the victims' grave sites, along with old family videos glommed from Shanann's online presence. In a 2019 interview, the district attorney who prosecuted Watts for murder told the media, the Daily Beast, that during and after the probe, his office received a flood of emails from concerned citizens and tipsters outside the jurisdiction of Colorado. While investigators monitored social media for potential leads, especially before the bodies of Shanann and the girls were found, most missives from armchair sleuths became a hindrance to the investigation as it relates to major investigations like this. The negatives far outweigh the positives. In Petito's case, followers are similarly inspecting her and Laundrie's Instagram handles and shared TikTok dedicated to their road trip, replete with footage of picnics in Blood Mountain in Georgia and tents in Utah's Zion National Park on YouTube. The couple's single video now has more than 5 million views. Laundrie, who is still missing and hasn't been charged with Petito's death, returned for the couple's 4-month cross-country trip to his parents' home in Northport on September 1st. On September 16th, 5 days after, actually that's the 17th, they're wrong, he was reported missing. The next day, Laundrie's parents told cops they haven't seen him since the 14th. Last week, the feds issued an arrest warrant for Laundrie, not connected to Petito's homicide, but to that credit card fraud. And someone said about the police stuff, one day this footage will be used for a documentary. He has the same look in his eyes as Chris Watts. You would think by watching this video they're so happy together and have a perfect relationship, but really shows you how social media deceives you. And High 61 says, yeah, the idiots who actually think that Shanann killed the kids, so stupid. If she killed the kids, then how did they end up in the oil tank? Shanann was dead by that time. The veil is mighty. The ATM evil is rampant on the earth. Some people are so effing stupid. Who hasn't tried to take family photos and make it look Saturday Evening Post? Pogoro says we need a group hug. This world is going to hell. We won't let it happen. Mike says, what happened to innocent till proven guilty? He's not charged or anything yet in murder. Yet I disagree, but be mad at law enforcement, not men. They're just telling the facts. Karen H. says, hi, 61, I'm afraid you're right. Hi, Mrs. Ladybug. Kamasutra says, Brian is the victim of his own mind. Robbity Bob says, Gabby did not abuse Brian Laundrie. Miss Ladybug said they insert their own agenda into it. Pokeroo said, disgusting shite. Ginger Spice says, that's horrible. High 61 says, there is women and men who have the hots for Brian like they do with Chris Watts. These idiots want to marry these killers who are in prison, the ones who like the thought of being pen pals. Kamasutra said the officers pigeonholed Brian as a victim of a little bitty girl. Those officers are guilty of vilifying Gabby. Officers need to be reprimanded and retrained. And Robbity Bob says, I've actually always found bald men attractive. Karen H. says, Catherine B., my daughter married a man who was bald by the age of 20. Catherine B. said, they obviously haven't spoken to my bald sons. They have girls all over them, but they have manners, charm, and don't hate women. Just got, hi Heather, you are moving tomorrow, so gotta go to bed. Okay, good night, Heather. Have a nice night. Have a pleasant move tomorrow. Hope it goes well and non-stressful and good. It makes them feel special going against the grain. Yes, some people just like to go against the grain. Some people will always just take whatever, they just do that. It's like the shock jock stuff. They like to just pick on the person that nobody's going for. Like, you know what I mean? Dina says, Mike, I'm not mad at all men, just the ones who have done even things that we know for sure he did. On an unrelated note, my grandson won both hockey games today. Great, Dina. High 61 says, if Brian was innocent and did nothing, then why in the H is he on the run? Well, the lawyer says he's not on the run, that he doesn't know about the warrant. Okay, now we've come to the segment where I'll open the phone lines and you can come and ask your questions about anything we've covered. Let me go over here. Oh my goodness. Invite. You want to come up, Mike, and talk? Do we have any incels? Any incels in this chat? If you are, just type that you are. Block you and get you out of here. There are people ready to get into a fight. Yeah. Just like that. Okay, let me put this in Slack. Excuse me. The number's in Slack. Geraldine, I have to laugh at your email. Version of Android is no longer supported. Learn how to get it up to date. What happens when you click Learn More, J. Quinn? Try to hit. J. Quinn can't get back in Slack, and she has an active account. Now, which Debbie is this? This is always fun to guess which Debbie. Let's play the game. Which Debbie is this? Everybody put your guess for which Debbie this is. Is it going to be Debbie D? Is it going to be Deb on the Move? Is it going to be Debbie 2 Scooter? Is it going to be... Which Debbie is this? 2 Scooter?
Oh, wow. Did she come in the same time I did?
I don't know. We're playing the game. Which Debbie do we have? Deborah Vancouverton? Which Debbie do we have?
Debbie does Dallas?
I don't know. We have some Debbie here. Debbie.
Beat you in here, Lisa.
I knew it was Debbie 2 Scooter.
New Scooter!
You're naked.
I
What?
beat you. I was trying to be the first one for once, and I was.
Yeah, but we didn't know which Debbie you were.
I know. I have to be secretive.
Scooter, I bought something very cute for Garnet today.
You did?
Yeah, I've got to send it out next week.
Please tell me it's a cage and tranquilizers.
Oh my goodness, no way. Cat abuse.
Well, she abuses us.
But she's little.
How is everybody?
Good. How are
Well,
you?
that's really sweet of you, Lexi. Lisa.
Lexi.
Very sweet of you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I can't wait till you see it.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I just
And I
hope she
have
was
something for you too that I had for like a month or two that I have to send out. I'm awful at mailing.
Me too.
Awful. Awful.
Me
I'm
too,
awful.
me too.
I'm horrible at mailing. I hate mailing.
Me too.
I hate it. Oh,
I do
why
too.
we're like that, you know?
I don't know.
I don't know. There's some people that love it and they love to send they love to send stuff. Like they look for stuff to send. Like Lisa D is a person that loves to send stuff.
Well, that's great. I don't know why.
I don't know
do it.
why. There must be something wrong with us.
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, yesterday I was having a panic attack in the car. I went to pay my taxes and
Oh my gosh, me too, right?
Oh.
I'm telling you, you have no idea what it's like living in New York.
well, I did it. I paid them, but I had the money put aside. But it was early in the morning, and I have some kind of problem with mornings. I don't know what it is. It was like 9 o'clock, and I was just like, "Oh my God, I want to be home. I don't want to be out." It was horrible. I mean, I just was driving and just like in fear or something. I hate the mornings. I don't like being out. I don't
Me
even
too.
like being up in the morning.
Oh, it wasn't just that. Like it doesn't even matter. I can't stand just sending that money in.
You guys can't pay them online because that's what we do.
No, and then
No?
I have severe anxiety, Scooter. You don't even know how bad it is. That you know how it's okay. You get your tax bill, right? And it says no interest paid in full by September 30th, right? And so it has to be postmarked September 30th. Well, one
Right.
time, listen to this one. Jimmy was still working at the school, and the kids were really young, and I said, take the checkbook, go down to the post office on your way home, because he was going to be home before the post office closed, and I said, and this has to be postmarked by today, otherwise we're going to pay 3% interest, right? So you know what he did?
Forgot.
No. He paid it. He wrote. I go, you wrote the check. You got it postmarked? Yep. About a week later, I get a message from the tax collector, and she says, you owe the 3%. I said, what are you talking about? My husband, I have a picture of the freaking the postmark. It's September 30th. She goes, yeah, but he wrote October 1st on the check.
Oh,
dear.
no.
And so I said, but he mailed that at like just about 5 o'clock on September 30th, October. She goes, oh, I know, but it doesn't matter. It's the whole point that
Oh.
the check says October 1st, so we couldn't put it on, but you couldn't put it in the bank on September 30th anyway, right? Because it was still in the mail.
Oh my goodness.
And do you know we had to pay the 3%? And ever since then, I've had severe anxiety about that. And this is years ago. And even when I used to give Ray and Mike, sometimes I would give them and I'd go like this, take this down to the post office and I want a picture. I would write the check, but I said, I want a picture of this, the postmark. And I still
I don't blame you.
To this day, I take a picture of my check, of the bill. Oh my gosh, that gives me such anxiety.
Yeah, I went right to the office and paid it. It was only like 20 minutes or 15 minutes from my home.
Oh my gosh.
I wanted to pay it right there and get the paper and stamped and oh God.
The others aren't due until what'll it be, November 8th or 10th, something like that.
Well, lucky you.
Yeah.
Then
But
we
we
have them
just-
again in January. Then we have the water and sewer tax in May.
We don't
or
have water
March.
and sewer tax, but we have the school and the property.
Oh, we do. We have 256 or something worth of water and sewer.
Ours are
ridiculous.
always due in May and November. But we have 2 houses to do as well.
Me too.
Oh, we did, but not now. Thank God. I mean, I loved it and everything, but my God Almighty,
Yeah.
18,000 a year? No.
18,000. Oh, you're talking total.
The lake, yeah, total.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy.
It is. Oh, Lake
Well,
George.
ours isn't
We
that
used
high.
to pay a little, like maybe 1,400 in the early 70s, and it went up that much.
It's hard,
Oh,
it's
my
ridiculous. I don't even understand how somebody could do it with a mortgage. It's so ridiculous.
Oh
And
well,
then-
we called the tax people like a few years ago because it was really bad, and she said, you know that 250 or 280 people lost their homes, and we were crying on the phone. The elderly were saying, "Where am I supposed to go?" A lot of people lost their homes, and it was theirs. It was left to them, like we had it left to us, and it's just unfair, very unfair.
Yeah, it is. It's
Wow.
ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
Watch
Yeah.
my camera. You're going to see Garnet flying over it.
Oh no,
Yeah, just keep watching.
I see black. Oh, you mean on Yahoo? Okay, maybe you mean that.
It's on YouTube. I
Okay.
just clicked on YouTube on the laptop. It should show her flying over it. She just jumped up here and went running.
I
There's
saw
me.
something.
You didn't see that?
I
just
saw
her.
something.
And it turned it black. How come it went out?
I don't know, but I saw something before you did.
Well,
High
definitely.
61 understands about mornings. He loads them, just like I do. I just don't know. I don't know what it means.
See, and I love.
I just have
like
always
I
been
love that. Like I do. If I can, like get out and get going and love it. But I just
You love mornings?
if I'm well, I mean, I'm not a morning person by nature, but when I'm out and going, it's like I don't have any anxiety about morning.
Oh, I do. I do.
I
I
actually have more
61.
anxiety like driving at night now.
Fridays.
Oh no, I don't have that. I could drive anytime in the night. I prefer night shopping and night doing,
I mean,
but
yeah, I do
nothing's
too,
open
but
for
it's just
appointments
like-
at night.
Yeah. I mean, everything's changed now, though. It's like everything closes early. It used to be 24 hours, and everything's changed.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I've been leaving like when I have appointments, I have to go, but I make them for afternoon. And if I have to go out just to go to the store, I go around 6 or 7 at night. I can't do it in the morning. Can't. But the taxes obviously had to be paid.
No,
so-
stop. I'm getting such stress when you keep saying taxes. I'm like, seriously, I'm getting like really bad stress. Okay.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, because now my brother and I are the only ones taking care of the other house. So, yeah.
Oh, it's just the 2 of you now?
Yeah.
Sister isn't
Oh, dear.
anymore?
Nope.
Really?
Nope.
Can she still come up?
Well,
I'm sure you can't stop her.
no, we can. Well,
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, and there's no way in hell we're going to take on all the expenses. Are you kidding
No, I
me?
wouldn't.
Absolutely
way.
not.
Well, when did she decide she's not doing this?
Oh, just the other day.
Oh,
Wow.
well, I'm sure she'll end up changing her mind, don't
I
you
don't
think?
think so.
Really?
Wow. No, you said that you wanted to buy it out from her or something. I remember you saying something like that.
Yeah, but I'd like to just wait a little bit for that. But my brother he's like, I'm just happy my brother is on board with this with me. And then, but he's like, I know it's not fair, but she just said she can't do this, so this is all up to you and I. And I'm like, okay.
Wow.
But I said I could do that, but I'm telling you that she's not going to be like reserving the house for this week and that week and this week and that week, because it's a bunch of BS.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Sandy Starr is the same way about mornings.
My goodness. Crazy.
It's not fair. Help me, Rhonda.
No, that is hard.
No, and
to
I'm
have to pay
I'm
that.
stressed like crazy. Like it's like
Yeah.
Stressed like crazy. So Scooter.
My mom and grandmother used to
what?
share the expenses. My mother and grandmother used to share the expenses because it was left to my grandmother, because it was her mother and father that built it, my great grandfather and great grandmother. And that was good. But when she passed in the early 90s, we were left with paying for it, and just was too much.
You love the 24-hour Walmarts, yeah. Scooter's got the GoFundMe. She's getting that ready for me.
What?
What?
I said, Scooter's, you got that GoFundMe getting ready.
Oh yeah, what was that for? I remember you saying something about a GoFundMe.
For the taxes that I have to pay now.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah.
I have a whole marathon planned
Good.
coming up,
Yeah, Jimmy's going to have a benefit concert, like Farm Aid.
Yes,
right.
Yes.
We're going to have a benefit concert.
Well, that's what we're doing too. I'm working with you guys.
I know.
But
We're all
I'll
going to have
my
a
own
talent
song.
show and stuff like that. It's going to be, what is it, a 3-day event or until we raise the money needed, right?
Yeah, I already have Maddie's booked. She's going to do a bunch of songs.
Okay.
Jack, I have him booked. He's going to be putting on a one-man show, a play, because he's, such a good actor.
Okay.
Lexi is going to open balls and have people guess, what's in them. If they get it right, then we're going to give away a big prize.
Okay.
Dave is going to give a talk.
Like a TED Talk?
All I can see is alfalfa hair sticking up.
I'm going to make Luke get some magic tricks so he can do some magic tricks.
That'll be great. Yeah, Dave is getting his display ready. He's going to explain about the surgery that he'll have.
Oh, or he could do the bonsai trees.
Yes, he's going to do that one day. Yes. All
right.
We got a bunch
How
of
about
stuff.
your who likes the Tang and Pringles?
My brother Michael.
Oh, that's funny.
I'll be selling some mini brands and some assortments, and we're gonna have those up there. So if you're getting ready to get one of those, I think they're going to be in assortments of 4 or 5, and also selling some crepe paper roses.
Ooh, it's going to be fun.
It is.
And we're going to keep doing this right up until what? How long?
However long it takes to raise that money.
Yes.
Yep. And we can't call it Farm Aid, so we'll call it Tax Aid.
But since you mentioned everything on your channel, shouldn't you get a break there?
Should, right? But Well, if we raise extra money, then we can start paying off other people's taxes.
Oh gosh.
Oh my gosh, yes. Please don't mention the tax word anymore.
Carolyn, do you get Star Program?
But only for one house. But it's
Yeah.
but it's a pittance. It's like you know how much it is. I don't know
Oh,
how
of
anybody
course
can
it
deal
is.
with a mortgage. I really don't, because
No, no.
it's
We
crazy.
had mortgage on ours, so the big one, the big place. Yeah, no.
What do you mean Star Program? What's that?
It's like a small rebate, but it's like a couple of hundred to like $300-400 at the most, or something, like you get on one house or something. It's a rebate, but it's
Yeah.
here's your taxes, $12,000, and take your $400 check rebate. Thank you.
Right.
That's what it's like.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mom made that her main residence, so we could do that. But now we have it down here at this house. I just got a check for $657.
Oh, lucky you. Yeah.
Yeah. It was in Mom's name, so I went to the Trustco Bank and they told me to. I explained it all because I went to the tax place and said, Mom had passed. They said, was she there this past March? I said, yes. She didn't. She passed on June 26th, and they said you're entitled to that check because of helping pay for them in that STAR program. So they just deposited it today, and I can use it next week if I need to. But I kind of want to save it for the next tax round in January.
Well, we have the Good Old Boys network here, where the old timers and stuff, they can have exactly the same amount of land, exactly in the same location, and they can pay a third of what we pay. And you go to the grievance day and you show it to them, and they look at it at the grievance day and they go like this, yeah, that is odd. All right, give it to us and we'll take care of it. And then a couple weeks later you get a letter and it says nothing's changed.
Huh.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah. We have something called the homestead something. Makes it sound like, back in the 1800s, but you get some kind of a break. But I think that's only one time, but
yeah, it's not.
I could be wrong.
It's ridiculous.
You can get enhanced star if you're over a certain age.
Yeah.
But I had, you have to be like 65 or something, I think. So Mom probably got that. I didn't, because I'm only 57.
It's ridiculous.
But I have to have it in by next March, the paperwork, so I can start collecting on that myself in my name.
Dina says she remembers paying in New York. Holy heck, so high. One thing about Arizona is the property tax is lower. Almost everywhere is lower.
I know. But I'm not going to pick up and start over.
I know.
That's for sure.
Oh my goodness.
Where we live in Lake County, it's really high. But where our cottage is down in White County, it's much, much cheaper.
Crazy.
How did we get on this?
I don't know, because she mentioned taxes, and then I started having anxiety.
I know somebody that had property in Texas, and they could pay in time, like over time. I said, what?
No, well, in New York, I mean, here's New York's overtime. They say you pay it with no penalty if you pay by September 30th. By October 31st, you owe 3% penalty. And then I think the next option, which is ridiculous, is like November 1st, and you pay, it's not even November 30th. It's you pay, what is it, 5% or something? I can't.
I think something like that, yeah.
And it used to be like, okay, if you had CDs and stuff where you were getting high interest, people would wait because they were getting more interest in the bank or something. But now you get no interest on anything. So you have to pay it all otherwise, yeah. Your income taxes are high. Your income taxes.
And then that means you have to, like, if you do mail it, then I get anxiety over that. That's why I just went right down.
I just
yesterday
make sure
morning.
you got
I
the
think it was
picture right
Thursday.
at the post office. I make them take the picture right there.
Oh, I don't blame you.
After that time, I literally lost my mind, and I have such anxiety over it.
See, I always go to the offices wherever they, like if it's the school taxes or
Yeah,
if
but
it's the
ours aren't
property.
open. Ours are only they're only like Saturday, so we would
Oh,
have had to
that's
pay early. I'm
terrible.
like, you're not getting my money early. Sorry. I'll make you wait till the last possible day without interest.
Thank God I can just go to the places. I feel much better giving somebody the money that it's right there and, you see them take it. They give you a stamp on that says paid and yeah. I hate the mail because now the mail is going to be late. So because of started yesterday, didn't it? October
What?
1st. USPS.
What?
They've raised their prices and the mail, even first class, is going to be longer. Didn't you read all that?
No.
People are panicking about their bills not being paid on time.
Oh, great.
I mean, because
Wonderful.
yeah. Oh no, it's terrible. Read it. It's going to cost us a lot more.
So it's going to cost us a lot more to get shipping and everything for Christmas?
Yeah. Listen. If it goes through 5 to 9, the zones, it's $5 increase to send something.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's terrible. You have to see it. It's terrible. I read it.
Is it just New York?
No, I don't think so. Maybe, but I don't think so.
Why? Somebody said it's 20% in the UK over a certain threshold. So they're raising.
I think it's all of USPS all over.
Oh, the post office.
Yeah, the post office. I was disappointed because I like sending stuff when it's around the holiday, but I'm going to do it anyways. But my goodness, $5 and more just to send something. I can imagine what it is overseas to send something. I want to send something to Canada.
Canada's not overseas, though.
No, I just said that. I know that's not overseas, but it still costs more than it used to.
It was cute, though.
Yeah, Tony said it's the whole country, the mail.
Oh, the whole country.
Yeah, once you said post office, I was thinking
Post
something else,
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, well. They have to make up for their deficit or whatever. Take it out on the public, why not?
Yeah. Everything's so expensive now. I was shocked.
Oh, it's
At the
terrible.
grocery store yesterday.
Everybody's
Yeah.
like, how'd you have an anxiety attack? I didn't know. We were listening to Mommy Ramblings, and we all started to get anxiety attacks.
It's actually kind of scary,
Yeah, it is.
when you think about it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I go out and my car is a gas hog, and I think when I go out, it's like $10 or $12 just for a trip down 30 minutes or whatever from me. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, Dave's truck is a gas hog.
Yeah.
Would anybody else like to come up and talk about their money issues? Please come up and tell us about all your worries, how much it costs for gas, and how you don't know how you're going to pay your taxes and stuff.
How much is it there, Scooter, for gas in Carolyn?
It's like now, it's like, isn't it like $3 and something?
It's
Well, you
over
see-
3 here, yeah.
$3.10,
It's over
something like
3.
that? For you.
Well, see, I have to have premium for the caddy. I have to have the best. So it's $3.75 is the cheapest here. And I have to go to a certain gas station to get that.
I think ours is like
3.75
$3.26, $3.30 maybe. I'm not sure for
Yeah,
regular.
New York again.
Yeah, it used to be Pennsylvania was way cheaper on the gas, and now it's something happened and it's not.
Wow. Every time I go out, it seems like I have to get it.
Oh, don't talk about oil. Now she's talking about oil. Oh, God. I can't handle
Oh, it's
it.
me?
Because I now, now comes November. It's usually the time when we got to do the big fill
Fuel
up on
oil.
the tank. Oh, my God.
That's
Stop
right.
it.
You know what? I have a full tank almost, so I'm good from last year.
Your
3/4.
heating oil.
But the only thing is, you can laugh now, the furnace doesn't work. So I had to go and apply through HEAP, I think it is. It's called in New York.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to have a replace or repair or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
For free?
Yeah. Yes.
Wow.
Well, you can't, I don't make anything right now. That's why.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you work before, Lisa? Have a job?
Before Mom was sick, I did. I sold on eBay. And we also had, Mom had a shop here in town for antiques and collectibles. Yeah. So yeah, I've worked quite a long time. And then before that, the late 80s, maybe early 90s, I was a teacher's aide.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But then, when eBay started late 1990s, Mom was doing more than my stepdad, and he worked for the county. And then eBay went, everybody was selling, and
what was she selling on eBay?
Oh, we went to lawn sales and tag sales and auctions, and she sold mostly collectibles, antiques. She loved dealing with paper stuff. So, yeah.
What do you mean paper stuff?
Oh, she loved the old paper stuff. She had, what was the guy's name? I can't think. He was an actor. She sold something to the wife. He was an old time, like, not Bing Crosby, but I can't think of who it was. But
are you talking about newspapers or what?
Old diaries.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, letters, maybe signed stuff. Oh, she did really well with the circus, the Barnum
Bailey.
Ringling Brothers. Wasn't that one? Oh, what was it called?
The Family Circus, the comics.
No. I mean a real circus.
Ringling Brothers.
I don't know if that was it or not, but she had like original stuff from that. She did really well with that stuff. And then she hit it big on like vintage late 50s, early 60s, a collection of Barbie outfits that were pristine. They were really great. There's been a lot of different things that we did over the years, but when eBay everybody started selling, it was not as good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And especially with the taxes, even with both of us working, it was almost impossible. So.
Yes.
Yes. So I haven't been working since I think November 2017, because I was dealing with health issues, and then Mom,
Yeah.
So that's what happened.
Yeah, first.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if we just sat
I was
here
one of
and
the
said
first.
nothing, just said nothing,
Yeah.
just said nothing, just sat here? I wonder when people would say something in the chat.
I know. And I was
like, are you guys on mute? Is somebody on mute?
I was one of the first ones to sell celebrity clippings out of magazines and stuff. And then all of a sudden, like 2 years later, everybody caught on. It was like really well. You could get for one picture out of a metal magazine, like of Poison or whoever, you could get like $10. And then for Victoria's Secret old catalogs, you could get $35 a catalog. One of those little thin catalogs. And then everybody started doing it. It was like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty good money at one time.
Doesn't Bonnie sell on eBay?
Bonnie.
Well, she was. My daughter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she had a little shop on there. I'm going to have to
Yeah, I
ask
did
her.
too. Yeah,
I'm
we
gonna
were power
ask her.
sellers.
What was she selling? Collectibles and stuff?
My mom or
no,
Bonnie?
Bonnie.
Oh,
Yeah.
She was selling, all kinds of stuff. Like the mini brands, she went ahead and bought some of those when they were $5 each,
Uh-huh.
and she sold those for think she told me 10 apiece
Oh.
or something. You know, this was like a year ago.
Yeah.
And she sold some of Jack's games that he didn't want anymore. Some of Maddie's stuff she didn't want. And then she would go and look for good deals and put them on her store and sell. You know, I forgot all about that. I wonder if she is still doing it. She hasn't said. I forgot to ask her, actually. I'd have to ask her. I wanted to sell a couple of things on there, but she said, gosh, that's so big, it'll cost a fortune to ship. So I just took stuff to the Goodwill, donated it.
What are you making? A flower?
Yeah.
What kind?
Another one of those Cosmos. I guess that's what it's called.
Oh,
Never
you made
heard.
the Cosmo? I have
Yeah.
them growing outside for real.
Do you?
I just bought
Really?
some other new perennials, but you know, the dirt. And you talk about everything. I can't even. I said to Jimmy, when are we going to get these planter boxes finished? We need, and he's like, well, I'll call Jim on the dirt. And then I'm like, I just thought about, I'm like, no, forget it. I can't do $400 on dirt. I just said that. I'm like, I can't. I'm going to have to plant. I don't know. I'm just like so freaked out with like all the money. It's like, it's driving me crazy. What?
How, Dave wanted me to ask you how those, what you call it?
Yeah.
The calla lily seeds.
Yeah.
How
Did he
came
get
out.
anything growing?
No, because
Okay.
he wanted to know if you had actual seeds, because what was in the envelope was just powder.
Are you serious?
I'm serious, yeah.
Okay, well, because I told Sandy, I'm like, I don't know what's coming. And now listen to this. I told you it looked like carrot tops and stuff. Well, guess what? I'm looking at it, and then I'm seeing this carrot top stuff, and I'm realizing that I had a chamomile plant next to it. And it looks like it's all chamomile that's growing in there.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know what happened.
So yours were actual seeds, though, right? They weren't powder.
No.
Right.
And I thought I sent you actual seeds, too.
I thought you did, too, but according to him, no. It was powder. He said maybe it,
I don't know. I don't know. Sandy should never trust me with something like this.
Yeah. It happens, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I suppose.
You suppose. Sound like Dave. He always says that. I suppose. It's actually cute, though.
Did he get any date for his surgery?
No, he has to, I guess, what, a month? Didn't they? I think it's a month of therapy. So he'll be starting his 3rd week next Tuesday.
Oh, you're never going to believe this one.
What?
I want to know something.
Yeah. Jimmy goes to his doctor, right? His shoulder doctor. And he says something like, oh, I'm going for another MRI. And I go, oh, no. Why? Well, he just wants to see if I did anything to it. Because, I said, well, you just think it's going to be like completely perfect again. And then he's always like doing too much, right? So like he'll strain it and then he'll worry about it.
Yeah.
Like he might have popped something out or... So I go like this. You're kidding me. Are you going to need to get an operation again? And he goes like this. No. He just wants to see something. He goes, but what if I did? I'm like, oh my God. You are kidding. I said, did he say that? You tell me right now. Did he say that possibly you couldn't? He goes, no. So I'm like, okay.
Oh my goodness.
Because you don't
Oh, you wanna
understand.
know
That's what he
something?
did the last time he had shoulder surgery. he opened a deck box and had wasps in it, and he's like deathly afraid, and he fell down the front stairs with a deck box and the bees, and that's how he damaged like his other shoulder, really. And I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me, because he was at Michael's apartment, remember? And I told you he benched that thing, and I said, yep.
Oh my goodness.
I know what the circus was called. It was Poodles Hannaford.
Huh.
I never heard of that.
It's from Royal Hannaford Circus, and they dating back to 1690.
Oh wow, that is
Yeah.
cool.
I know. They even have a road up here in Lake George named after them. It's Hannaford, I think.
Is that related to the
So,
market?
yeah. What?
Is that related to the supermarket?
Huh?
The supermarket,
No,
Hannaford.
It was oh no, I don't know about that. No. Oh, and I wanted to tell you something too. You want to know something?
Yeah.
I got a denial notice for my carpal tunnel injections because now Fidelis has partnered or something's taken over, and now you can only get 2 injections per year.
Wow.
So the doctor, I called and they said they're aware of it, and the doctor is put a, what is it called when you did an appeal, because I said, what are you supposed to do? Have your hands just fall asleep? Because they it's terrible. Mine are, my wrists and stuff.
Oh my goodness.
And she said, you know what? We asked them, like, okay, so they want you to have surgery. Not me, but I mean just in general. That's going to cost way more than the shots would.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Nicole Griffith, I love Hannaford grocery store. I love their cakes.
You like cake batter, though.
No, not since you said it was poison.
Oh, okay.
I had my funfetti all ready to, make with the little bit of oil and water and eat it.
Uh-huh.
And then you told me it was poison.
Poor Lisa.
Aw.
Yeah.
Carolyn, why'd you tell her
I
that?
don't know, because it was
No.
there.
That isn't fair. You shouldn't have told her.
I know.
She'd have been just fine, probably.
Probably. They still sell it.
You
Yeah.
adopted a young lab? Oh, that's nice.
Why doesn't my floral tape stick like these people's?
I don't know. You got to stretch it, somebody said.
Oh, I went to 3 different Dollar Trees, and I'm so disappointed in our Dollar Trees.
Really?
Most of them. Oh, yeah. I looked in the back room because they had it open. You should have seen the pallet of Christmas boxes. I almost wanted to go right in there and open them up. They haven't put hardly any Christmas out. I got a lot of gnome stuff.
There's hardly
But-
any. Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot out where I am either.
I got gnome signs. One was with it's in the shape with metal on top of an ornament.
Uh-huh.
It's wood. And then I got another one that was cute with the piece of wood of the gnome that's kind of 3D, it's attached to the. And then I got gnome garland at the Dollar Tree.
Oh, gnome garland. Okay.
Yeah, and stuff like that.
Yeah, they all have different stuff.
They do, but the stuff is in the back, and the aisles are barren because they're getting ready to put it out. And it's like, can't you just put your stuff out? I mean, I liked it when one time they put the boxes out and people just went through them themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I was so frustrated looking and seeing all those boxes in the back room. I was like, God, I'm so tempted.
What's so funny, Scooter?
I don't know what I'm laughing at.
God, I love you. Oh, the person when I went to Hobby Lobby where I got Garnet's little thing, she said,
Yeah.
"Oh my God," was like, "Oh my God, I've got to get one of these."
Oh, wow. It's so exciting. I wonder what it is.
Oh, it's nothing big, but it's just I don't know.
Yeah.
You probably get killed by trying to give it to the cat.
Is it 4 cats?
Yes, it's got cat print on it. You want me to tell you what it is, Scooter?
No, I want to be surprised.
Okay. Lexi's gonna crack up.
Oh my goodness. Are you guys going to watch your movies tonight? Your series?
What is it? Oh, Outer Banks?
Yeah, isn't that what you guys
Are you liking
watching?
that, Lisa? That Outer Banks?
Love it.
You do.
Danielle does too.
Really?
Yes. Whoever the host was, it wasn't you, I guess. Their name was Host. And they were like, well, that was a cliffhanger. And I'm like, God, how can they leave us in this? Because it was getting so good. It's like Fridays. Remember the cliffhangers on the soap operas?
Oh, they would always do that, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Did you hear the guy that died from Guiding Light, Young and the Restless?
No, Guiding Light, Young and the Restless.
He was on. Oh, God.
Who was he? Jack?
Let me look. Let me
Not
look it up.
Jack. Victor?
No. Hang on.
Nick?
I'm looking it up.
Oh, some
his
older
name-
star just died too.
Michael Tylo dies at 72.
Michael Tylo. Who is that? The one that? Wait a minute. Isn't that the one that was married to the girl from the Bold and the Beautiful? Taylor?
I don't know. I met Reba, or was that her name? Reba? Reva and Kyle when they were back in the 80s. And I met Margot. This was at different malls.
There was some old star though that I saw that just died not too long ago. I saw it last night and I thought, oh gosh, we could have had him on or her on. They would have been 90 something though,
Yeah.
or almost 100, I think. Could you see it?
That could be a good
His
idea.
name was-
We could
his
try to
name
get
was
some
Quentin.
high. We could try to get some high entertainment here, and then have it be like
What?
what is Sergeant Rep members only for those big high ticket names, right?
His
Like
name
Betty
was Quentin
White. Maybe we
Chamberlain
could get
on the
Betty
Guiding
White.
Light. Quentin Chamberlain on the Guiding Light, he was.
For the taxes.
Well, if I was still speaking to one of the, we lost contact after probably the early 80s, Julia Barr, we talked on a weekly basis on the
Who's
phone.
that?
She had cats and her husband was sweet and she was too.
Who's that?
Julia Barr, she was on Ryan's Hope at first, and then she went
Who's
to All
the
My
father?
Children. She was Phoebe's niece, I think, or granddaughter. Phoebe, Phoebe from All My Children. Ruth Warwick.
Carolyn.
Yeah.
Lisa.
What?
Look.
Did you
Oh,
make those?
Oh, that looks
Yeah.
good. That looks really good.
Cool.
Where'd you get? Is that from the same lady that you keep following?
No, she's something like her.
Oh.
But no, it's not her.
Is that the first one you've made? That looks really
Yes.
good.
This
Yeah, it
one.
does.
Did you color it darker in the inside?
Yes.
With what?
Paint
Hey,
it.
you did?
Paint. Yeah, paint.
Wow, you're
I
getting
love
really,
that.
yeah.
You see, painted the bud. The little bud.
Wow.
That's cute.
Thank you. I have one more. I think I showed you guys that already, though. But it was from that other lady that I was watching. I'll get it. I think you've seen this one.
What does Dave say about that?
He thinks they're pretty.
Carolyn, a question.
Yes.
Since you're so savvy about crafts and art and stuff. I went into the Dollar Tree and spent like $36 on those little tiny tiles. That
Uh-huh.
they're not, they're the ceramic ones. They're supposed to be coasters, but they're made
Oh, yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
And I got $36 because I have a small little counter. I was wondering, do you think that would work? And get some grout, after I get it attached to the wood on the counter?
They're thicker, so I mean, I guess you'd have to use a lot of grout because I think they're much thicker than a 4x4 tile, right?
I don't know.
Oh, that's nice.
But yeah, I thought, wouldn't that be neat to do my own, like DIY or whatever they
Yeah,
call it?
I mean, you could try. I'd look it up. I'm sure somebody's probably done it.
Yeah, I bought 36 of those. I think I need like 3 more, and on the other $2 trees, I did see that they had them. So, but I was thinking, wow, that would be neat. And I looked it up. Like, I looked up what would tile be. It's over $1,000 for what I paid 36 for if I use those little tiles.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a beautiful design on one of them. It's like, I don't know. It's just blue, light blue, I think, or maybe dark blue. But it was a gorgeous design on the coasters. So I thought, well, I'll try it.
Can you see why I'm trying to stay off camera?
I know.
She
I
buzzed
know.
Well, I said it was alfalfa hair when I saw
Who
it
did
sticking
that? Who did that? Who did that?
What?
Who did
What?
it? Who did it?
Oh, lady.
I like it. What? Why?
It's super short, but it'll grow really quick. I want to dye it too, but I'm waiting until it gets a little bit longer.
Oh.
What the heck? Sounds like I don't know.
Because I
Somebody
always think
panicking,
about like things
oh,
that when you said that about the tile, I've always planned to do this like thing. I was going to do this penny thing on my stair, and
Oh,
like, all
yes.
these projects like I never
Yeah.
do, and I figure I'll probably never do them. And what the hell is wrong with me?
Oh, I know. Oh, I
Right?
get it.
And you think like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like
I
you
know.
said you're going to do
I
that for
know.
20 freaking years. That's going to be your winter project. Every time you don't do it.
No. Oh
And-
God, I've had
And
somebody
you just
else
do
is
that,
like that.
and then you'll just die, and it's never done, and that's the way you are. And
Right.
then your other kids like left the house, and you still didn't do it. Now you've got these kids, and now it's like you still don't do it, and it's like, what the hell's wrong with you?
I know. I think we're just kind of like, I don't know. I think it was always with me an underlying depression, or I don't know. Just I've always been that way, kind of. I just don't.
And then
I
it's
don't
too
know.
much
I
of a
have
perfectionist
all
too.
these
You think you're
projects
going
to
to
do,
ruin
and I
it.
don't
Yeah.
do them.
I know you think you're
You
going to
know?
ruin it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. You're the same way, Karen H.
Yeah.
Somebody's talking. They said, has his gone yet? Carolyn, I've tried to comment on my other account. I subbed and joined.
I don't understand. Has he gone yet? Carolyn, I've tried to comment on my other account. I subbed and joined. I don't get it. What do you mean? I don't get it. What's your other account? Can you tell me what your other account is?
Danielle, who are you? Just a random, like, who are you? I'm not sure who I am. I woke up the other day in bed, And I looked around. I said, "Where am I?" I said, "Oh God, no! Don't start doing that." I didn't know where I was. I looked at my tree that I have, the one that lights up. Oh, by the way, this tree that I got that lights up, it's birch, white birch, and it's got the tiny little lights, and it's like probably 4 foot maybe. And I saw a small one that's only about 2 foot, not even a 2 foot, and it was $30 at Hobby Lobby. I said, "What the heck? I only paid when they had Prime Day, I paid like $32 total." I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Hobby Lobby, their prices, some of them are a bit much.
I'm just getting a bamboo stick. Relax.
A bamboo stick?
Yeah, I need it for my flower.
Where are you going?
I don't want Scooter to get all crazy. She gets nuts.
Oh. I'm so sleepy tonight. I'm getting slap happy.
I know.
I feel like that too. I don't know what's wrong with me.
I wanted to know if you have Claire's Law in the USA.
What's that?
I don't know. That's what he's have. I gotta get my glasses on. Has he gone yet? Asked. You have Claire's Law in the US. I'm not sure. I don't know that I've ever heard of that, but that doesn't mean anything that I don't know about it. Hi, Anna. Hi, Karen H. Friday, White Rabbit. Deborah. Danielle. Carolyn, where'd you go?
Right here, I'm getting a bamboo stick.
That sounds so funny.
Hi, Mike. Hi, Happinesses. Polkaroo is Happinesses. Hi, Julianne Gonzalez. What is it? Oh. Did you? Because, yeah, that's my special one. Hi, Henny. The dumb cat.
Aw.
Calling the cat dumb.
You know how I keep my diamond, my drills for the paintings? I have them on a shelf, like a cubby hole in the living room.
You're going to jump up and knock one over.
Yeah, and it's one that is, a special painting that I ordered
Yeah,
that I haven't finished.
right. And he dropped all your drills?
Some of them, yeah. Like what you said, all the white ones came out, but you picked them up. You picked them up though?
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Is that when you hit him? Is that when you hit him with the broom?
We can start doing that.
That I heard him. I heard him
You're gonna give
scream on
that
the
cat
phone.
a complex.
I heard him
Scooter.
scream.
He might have to pack his bags and go elsewhere, and that's probably what you want. He can come live with, or she can come live with me.
Yes, please take her.
Yeah, we'll send her to you.
Please take her. She needs to go home.
Free to a good home.
Right to any home.
Tommy's bringing you a squirrel.
No.
Oh, Garnet, stop it. Chris's Law is the domestic violence disclosure scheme in the UK. It was named after Claire Wood, who was murdered in 2009 by her ex-boyfriend. Oh.
Okay.
That reminds me, I know this is off, I'm always off key, but my great aunt taught school in New York City, and Claire Trevor was her student, if you remember her.
Do you know who that is, Carolyn?
No.
I'll look her up. I think she was an actress from a long time ago.
I watched a little bit of Matilda today.
Yeah, she is an American actress, and she appeared in 68 films from 1933 to 1982.
I'm thinking
Key Largo, High and the Mighty, Dead End, Stagecoach.
She's doing it. Oh no. I dropped my damn.
No, no wonder she was from Brooklyn.
Oh, Brooklyn.
We're diamond feeding right now, Annie. Hi, Julie Marshall. Oh, I have a mouse now too.
You have a mouse?
No.
No, this right here.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Oh my
finally.
God! I was gonna have a panic attack. I can't.
Well,
stand them.
it's about that time, Lisa. You know when it gets cold.
Yes.
Hell
Yes, I
no,
do.
not in my house. I'd kill him. No, I wouldn't kill him. I have a heart trap, but oh my God, I panic. It's funny because if I see a chipmunk, and if it got in my house, I wouldn't be like, oh my God. But I see a mouse, and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's
I
so
think
stupid.
Already, because Garnet was trying to go behind the refrigerator, not behind.
Oh no.
Behind the stove.
Right.
And acting crazy.
Did I just hear
I tear my
Garnet
house
scream?
apart.
Did I just hear Garnet scream?
That was Lexi yelling, Garnet!
Oh.
What's she doing now, Lexi?
Darn it, Garnet.
That's what we say. Darn it, Garnet.
I love rhyming.
She's trying to get the diamond painting now.
Oh my
Oh, that's
gosh.
awful. She spills those.
Why is
Yeah,
she
she
doing
spills
that?
those things.
I was gonna say that she seems like she's starting to get a little bit calmer because she's doing where now she'll start purring, like when she sees you, and rubbing on you, and she's being all sweet. But then she starts biting your feet and climbing
Jekyll and
up.
Hyde.
Yeah. Maybe you could, Lexi, is there something you could lay on top of those on that shelf?
Carolyn, did you see the star things, like the metal wreaths that you can make the wreaths with?
The forms you mean?
Yeah, the form. Did you see the star? I bought one.
I didn't see the star. No.
Yeah, they mostly sell out right away, I guess. And I've been looking for a calendar with the trucks. The old-fashioned trucks for each month, I think.
Oh, you
And
mean like cars? You mean like actual cars, not like the...
No, the calendar. I'm also looking for that, but 3 different places didn't have them. They're sold out.
But I mean like you're not looking for the like that red truck.
No, well, the calendar has like scenes on it.
Right,
and
but you're looking for like real trucks.
No, I'm not.
No?
No.
You'd have to show
No,
me.
I was talking about it. But that star was really, I got one of those. I don't know how I'm going to do anything with it. They probably have something on YouTube to show what you can use.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen the star. Should I do on this one?
And those little lights, the little twinkle lights of the red truck, they're always sold out at the dollar store.
Yeah, I haven't seen those either.
Yeah, no, they're gone. They had cute Woodstock and Charlie Brown and
No.
like not at the dollar store, but for $7 at Walmart.
What
I
are
bet
they?
they'll sell out.
They're Woodstock. What and what?
Well, Woodstock, the bird, they have her or him or whatever it is
Lights though?
separately. The little lights, yeah, they're the miniature, with a little figure.
Oh, really?
A whole bunch, of figures of the same thing.
Oh.
One is of Woodstock, one's Charlie Brown, and one is Snoopy. I like the Woodstock one. I didn't buy it though.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to be a minimalist.
I know.
Right?
It's hard.
It never works. Deborah Vancouver didn't so I was joking about it. Like your haul today.
Yeah, I know. Is Deborah Vancouver?
That was great, but wow.
I thought I did really good. I thought there was hardly any stuff.
Oh heck no, that was a lot of stuff. And then I said I spent $200, but I really didn't. I got it out of $2 stores with $5 at one and $5 at the other, and then 40 something at the other because of the tiles. That's the only reason. A heart made wise. I inherited it from my mother too, and my grandmother. She used to have her little dainty dresses on, like house dresses. And my grandmother, she'd swear, she'd say, "Gee, she'd swear and get up on the chair in the kitchen." So it goes back to my grandmother. And so that's why I'm petrified of mice. I heard them scream. How frightening. It's quiet.
I know. We need someone to come up and tell us a story.
Yeah. Of a man named
why doesn't Mike come up and tell us a story? Remember when we asked random guy Jeff to tell us a story, and then he told us that story about the cat in the wall?
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yep.
Come on, Mike. Come on and tell us a story. Probably has a good story.
But it might be rated R.
Oh, I don't think so. I Roots Calhoun, I would say, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a mouse years ago here. And I came home. We had just gotten down from the lake.
Mm-hmm.
And I was exhausted from moving everything into the house.
Right.
And I stayed up all night cleaning, finding where it came in. I couldn't just, not do anything. I just can't.
I am Pokeroo. Making flowers. Is Mike still here? Is he coming up?
Does anybody remember the children's book, Twinkle and Boo?
Nope.
They were two naughty kittens.
No. I say that I do.
Oh.
Oh, Mike's hiding now. He'll wait till in the morning and send me a message.
So you didn't stay up for all of Outer Banks?
No, I'm
The
very
last-
good. No, you know what? I couldn't get into Outer. I don't want to upset Nana Patty. I know she loves that so much. But I just couldn't get into it. You know why?
Well-
It felt like, I don't know, it felt like Dawson's Creek or something.
So that's the three little kittens. Pokeroo lost their mittens. Oh my God, you left it. Whatever happened, it said, "Do you want to continue watching?" You missed us falling asleep, and it was right at a crucial moment. I don't even remember now, but I was screaming.
No. Hot glue. Oh, there's Mike. You answered me? What did you answer me? Sorry, not tonight. See? See how hard it is?
I see. I see
You
how
get
it
a good
is.
story? Who else has a good story? I want to hear a good story, one we haven't heard before, from a
Yeah.
person we haven't heard from before. I want
Yes,
to hear from a
somebody
person we
new.
haven't heard from before, and I want to hear a good story. Nobody's going to volunteer? Should come
Come
up
on,
here?
somebody, come on.
Come on, somebody new. Don't be afraid. Don't be shy.
But have clothes on.
Yeah, tell us a story. I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Yeah, I know. And you were starting to make me get on the wrong side of the bed.
I did that once and I kicked the wall trying to get out.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Oh my God, I didn't delete any comments.
Heart Made Wise and Julie Marshall. I loved my cats. I have never been without cats, but when my last one died, I think it was 3 days after Christmas 2019. I knew Mom was coming home, and she did come home like early 2020. So I just, we had people in and out, so we never got another cat, but we've never been without cats all my life. We've always taken the strays in.
But what about now?
Now I have like a couple of strays out there, but unfortunately, there's a raccoon out there, a little one. So I don't know who gets the food, so I feed them some kind of dry cat chow or something. I don't
But
know.
are you going to get another cat?
Well, I might if the strays this winter. I know there's one that's been around for like 9 years. I've seen it at least, and I don't know since he's been out for so long, but I'd like to kind of maybe coax him in. He's a big. I think it's a guy or a boy, because he just looks like it. Kind of big, like a tomcat. But I love my cat so much. We had a poodle, and she was so human. She'd know if I was upstairs eating M&M's, she'd come right up. And I ran downstairs one time because it scared me. I said, "Mom, why? How does she know that I'm having M&M's? I'm upstairs." And she knew, like, if we were in the car and we were going to go to the lake, you'd either turn right to go to the lake, or if you were going to the vet, you'd turn left. And when we turned left, she started shaking. So smart.
Mm-hmm.
She'd sit and wait for me to come home from school every day. She's such a good girl. Except when she ruined my hideouts, she'd jump on the blankets and I would scream, "Mom, Francie's ruining my hideout."
Did someone say they're going to call in yet from the new story? Mike is awesome that you're able to work on your own car. Julianne is telling Mike he's able to work on his own car.
I'm sorry, Jerry Lynn, about your cat.
Aw,
But that's a long life.
yeah.
We just had one like a few years ago, maybe about 6 years ago pass, and this was another cat. I named her Katia, and she was a Calico like her mom, and she lived to be almost 20. So
Mm.
I think it's one of the longest ones we had.
Come on.
Don't be shy.
Yeah, Scooter won't scream at you.
As long as it's a good story.
Bunny Darling sent an email.
Oh, Bunny Darling's gonna call in?
I don't know, maybe.
Are you calling in, Bunny Darling?
Wow, 23, Jerry Lynn. That's remarkable. Ozark is good. Ozarks is good show.
New developments now from the state
But I
of
would
Utah.
like to
Police
pop
have
in and
released
say
brand
hello.
new
Okay,
body
yeah,
cam
sure.
video
Sure.
that shows Gabby Petito appearing to admit that Brian Laundrie
What
hit
is
her
that
and
noise?
cut her face.
He only bite
Oh,
occasionally.
I hear something. I heard something. It was a news thing that came up. I didn't even know how that started playing. Okay. I think I just sent that to you. Let me make sure I sent send. Send. Okay, Bunny Darling's gonna call in.
Says, "Yep, I don't have a story."
Well. Sunny Bunny used to always have good stories.
Yeah, she did, didn't she?
Haven't seen her in ages.
I know. I told Bunny Darling that her name reminds me of Sunny Bunny.
I know. Wouldn't that be funny if it was?
Yes.
Oh, right, Sunny Bunny. Wow, yeah. How about Maui Chickadee?
She's around every now and then. But
Yeah, Chickadee. Yeah.
she changed it to Chickadee.
Diana Mulroney.
She's around on
Well,
Facebook, but she told me
She's with her mom, right?
got a lot going on.
Yeah.
I can't stop that. I don't know where I got that from. I can't stand
I know that song.
Somebody said it's some kind of I don't know, song of the
It's like a parade song or something, like, you know.
Oh, it drives me crazy. I don't even know where it came from. I can't stop that. Every time I'm doing something, it drives me nuts. Can't stand it.
I do that all the time. I get something in my head and
But I don't even know where it came. Like, it just, why?
No, I know.
Oh, it's annoying like crazy.
I annoy myself. It's just awful.
Ugh.
Like, you want to know something? I said, after a while, I see, you want to know something? I'm going to whack you in a minute. Then I'll get some stupid song like, "Please release me, let me go." I'll be like, "Oh God, where'd that come from?"
Please, no.
I know.
I'm going to be doing that now, Lisa. I'm not going to think of it. I'm not going to think of it.
I know, right? And there it is. Oh, tonight I was driving home and all of a sudden I went into a crying spree because Elvis came on singing Memories. My mom really liked him, his music. Oh, I just started crying. So weird. It just takes something like that to send you over,
Yes.
you know?
Right.
Really. I mean, I was sobbing, you know? It's just like, wow, where did that come from? But just missing her, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And the holidays, she loved Christmas.
Right.
Yeah. And then those old time radio things that Davita showed us. Oh, Mom would have loved to listen to some of those.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think was it Davita that showed her? Oh.
Yeah, that's what Scooter said. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but I
think
didn't
it's
know
some like
about
World War
those.
II. I didn't know about that.
What?
That site that she told us about.
How come I didn't
with all
hear
the
about
old time radios and the commercials
Did
from
she
like
tell
the
me about it too?
40s.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah,
did.
she told the whole chat.
Oh.
Yeah.
I believe.
Sometimes she keeps that from me.
Yeah, I watch all that stuff already. I have for years.
Wow.
You know, it's just cool. But
Oh,
yeah,
do you
I
ever
can't
did,
watch it too
Carolyn,
much.
did you ever get WPIX?
Oh yeah,
Do you remember the Yule log?
yeah.
I love that. They have it on
I
YouTube.
have a DVD of the Yule log. It's so crazy.
Oh, do you? No, they have it on YouTube. It's like a 2-hour program, and you go right back into that when when they played it. It's lovely with the log, the original one, and
Yeah.
the music. Yeah, I play that every year.
They have that on demand.
Yeah, they do. But this is really great because the guy, it's the announcer from what, late 70s, early 80s, probably.
Oh, okay.
I love it. Yeah, you just have to look up WPIX. Probably, what would it be? Yule log, WPIX. That was in
I
New
never
York, I
looked
think,
up-
right?
Yeah, we didn't have that here. WPIX, you know.
I
Yeah.
remember the like Twilight Zone marathon when they used to be on during the.
Oh, they have those still.
Well, I know,
on
but I mean,
Sci-Fi.
it was just different when
Yeah.
you couldn't just watch it on demand. You know, it was like
Yeah.
I know.
something you waited for, and you're like, it was different. It was a different experience.
Yeah, it was definitely just like Saturday morning cartoons that they took away. That was like my childhood, you know.
Yeah.
But now with cable, I think that's kind of what crushed it.
So you know what? Want to know something? The other
What?
day, Ethan says, "Oh my gosh, here you guys, you owe $10 for this library book that." So Jimmy's like, "What do you mean this library book? Well, where is it?" And he goes, I don't know where it is." So today, Jimmy was looking through some stuff and he found the library book. So he goes like this. I watched it. He goes and puts it in Ethan's pillowcase, right? And then he says, "Because, hey, Ethan, did you check in your pillowcase for that book?"
Oh my lord!
He's like, "Oh, stop it! There, a pillowcase for that book," and it was there.
Kids.
He's like, "I know that wasn't there before."
You calling in, Sonny? I mean,
Oh, and then you want to know something? Oh my gosh, there's this teacher at the school. He's been there as long as my older kids have been there. He's a nice guy. I think his wife died, and he's like 80 years old. Like I remember Michael said, he's still teaching. I think he was like raised football coach and stuff. I mean, and I saw him when I went to the back to school night before the COVID, and I was like, wow, it's pretty good that he's still teaching, right? So anyway, the other day, I guess, he's a wise guy or something, and Luke must take stuff so literally. And so we get a call, and something like the principal was like, Luke was a little freaked out today, and he came flying down to the office and said that Mr. Bauer was going to hit Jaden and was going to break Luke's teeth. So I'm like, what the hell? So then I'm like, when he gets, I'm like, what are you talking about? And then the principal says, it's only a study hall that he has him for. Maybe we should move them to another thing because just maybe he's a little too old for some of the stuff, something like that, right? So I'm like, what the heck happened? So I said to Luke, what are you talking about? He said, how about I break your teeth with...
Oh my!
But he was
Who said
joking.
that?
But he was joking. Like
Who said it?
The
principal?
teacher, the old guy teacher. Like I think because like he was the same kind.
Oh,
that
I'm sure
I
he'd
remember,
appreciate old guy teacher.
Right. I went to like a football practice, and this is it's not politically correct, everybody in the chat, but this is back in the day when Ray was playing football there. They would be doing stuff, and he'd be like, I think it was him because he was with the other. Come on, ladies.
Mm-hmm.
They'd call the guys ladies and stuff, right? So I guess he has like this stick or something when he goes like this to the kid, like, how about I just clobber you over the head with this? And Luke, why don't I just straighten your teeth with this and knock you in the teeth? So like that, he's joking, right? And Luke went flying down to the principal. and told
Oh,
the
my
principal
Lord.
that something is wrong. He said he's going to knock me in the teeth with that stick. Okay, and then yeah, can you even believe that?
Oh.
And I mean, he goes to our church, and I'm like, oh, he's so nice. Like we saw him, and I said, Ethan, right? He never has anything. Like I don't understand. I'm like, wow, what the freak? Like I'm sure he was just joking, Luke. And he's like, he wasn't. I can just see Luke just taking off. I don't have to take this crap. You're gonna knock me in the teeth. Going down to the principal. I'll stop this right now. Go have your job, okay? Oh my gosh. I should have told Luke, they're gonna think you're a Karen. That's what he would tell me if I did something like that.
Oh, there she's at it with the old time commercials and shows.
Where's Bunny Darling? Bunny Darling, I sent you the number.
This is from the Department of Health in Pennsylvania about aging.
Oh gosh. That's depressing
Now
as hell.
we'll get anxiety again.
Yeah, I'll get anxiety.
Look at these people. No, well, this was made like in the 50s or something. Look, they're probably, that lady right there is probably like 49. You know?
I always depress myself and I say, when I'm watching something old, I say, well, if there's a cat on there, I'll say it's long dead or the person's long dead.
But
Just
people,
to depress
have you ever noticed they looked so old back then?
They did. You're right.
I heard
I
it's
think
because
maybe they worked so hard, back then
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
She probably is 49, 50.
Poor lady.
Oh, look, the windows are broken in that home.
Why are we watching depressing stuff, Scooter?
We've been talking pretty depressing tonight. Sorry, everyone. Taxes and death.
All gutters broken.
Oh, dear.
Look at that little lady. She's got like something on her table. She's got a card table in her kitchen. Aw. Look at her.
Oh, dear. She looks like she's tired. It's just too
Bunny
overwhelming.
Darling, why aren't you calling in?
Isn't it sad how
Because
they
we've
used to have
depressed
what they
her?
call poorhouses? Go to the poorhouse, you know? Did you ever hear that saying?
Yes.
Yes, I did. What was it? How did you say it?
Poorhouse. They're gonna
Yeah.
You're gonna put us in the poorhouse. Oh look,
Yep.
they have a social worker coming there and a police officer. Look at that. And like, yeah, they got a couple of
No,
people
well,
that
there was a Dennis the Menace, and she's like, what did you have to go say we're going to the poorhouse for? The poor kid's upstairs packing.
she said her Zoom isn't working on her Safari. She doesn't need to.
Are you choking?
Has it been your kill?
It's not funny. Why am I laughing?
Okay, Scooter, are you alive?
It's like when somebody trips, I get hysterical.
That's how Isaiah is, Lisa.
Oh dear. Mom and I would have attacks in the store where we'd start laughing and it's like you can't stop and they're gonna think, yeah, well, we are crazy anyways, but
Yeah.
yeah. Good morning, Linda.
Bunny,
Hi, Yorkel.
Bunny, you don't need Zoom. Just call
just
in.
call on the number. Bunny darling.
Boy, they have these people looking so down and out.
Was it the depression?
He's
Was it the depression time?
he's
Him
probably,
talking.
Lisa, he's probably 55. Here's some people in an alley, look, drinking, sitting there under a bridge. What the heck?
That's my grandfather. I'm kidding. Oh. I say to Mom, I used to say to her, my God, but I couldn't stop laughing. I'd say, I hate this. When I would tell her I hate it. She just would crack up because I would get hysterical.
You missed it. That guy had the same haircut as me. Oh my goodness. Well, they're playing cards.
Oh, that's right,
yes.
Linda. That'll be fun. Church sale. They're fun.
Who's going to a church sale?
Linda Gelb.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Lisa, she's feeding the bird.
Oh, yeah.
She's 52.
Come on.
Oh. But that's true. You know, Dave's grandma lived to be like 95. And they said when you saw pictures of her at 45, she looked older than she did at 95.
Yeah, I know.
Like you said, because they had harder lives.
Yes, they did. My stepdad would never talk about World War II, but Mom, he had nightmares and would kick the wall, wake up, screaming or whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
But he never would talk about it. Must have been horrible. Seeing your friends and stuff shot up or whatever.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah.
Yeah. He was in Normandy too.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Little did he know the guy that lives he lives in right close by. They didn't even know that they were on the same beach over in Normandy. They found out years later that they both were at the same time there.
Oh wow. Now they've shown these people falling. They can't get up.
Oh dear.
A little boy's going to help her. He hears somebody yelling.
Yeah, kids were so sweet. A lot of them back then helping ladies across the. Yeah. Oh dear. Why is he running?
Going to get help.
Oh, I thought she had a cane and was striking.
No, she crawled out on the porch. Now she's going away in an ambulance.
Why are we watching this? Somebody
Now,
please save us from this story.
Time, do we, Carolyn?
What?
Scooter? When do we turn the clocks back?
Oh, don't go there. That's so depressing. Because
Is that November 1st?
An hour back.
Yeah,
you get an
it's
hour
after
back.
Halloween.
It used to be before Halloween.
It used to be, but it's not anymore. Bunny darling, please.
Bunny darling.
Bunny darling.
Linda. I'm tempted to go out Halloween.
Doing what?
Nothing bad.
Oh, I didn't say that.
No, get a costume and go out.
That'd be cute. You should, Lisa.
No, I'm really serious. I used to have nightmares that I missed Halloween.
Really?
Yes, I was so dedicated. Oh, Lord.
How funny.
I would come home with one of those green garbage bags full of candy.
Really?
I had a little thing that I bucket or whatever that I took that was decorative, but yes, a green garbage bag. Throw it on the alcove table. And my God, it almost filled the whole thing.
Those are fun times, huh?
Yeah, that's probably why I want to do it again.
Did you sort your chocolate and your, hard candies and Smarties? And...
Yes.
Oh, is that Bunny?
I think it's Bunny Darling.
You got to mute YouTube.
That's why I want to do it again.
Hello?
Bunny Darling?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
I've got my clothes on.
You do? Good. Where are you calling from?
Good night, Dina.
I'm calling in from South Australia. I live in Adelaide in South Australia.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
And if you detect an English accent, it's because I've been living here since 1985.
I was going to say, I
So
thought
still
you
got an
sounded like you
English
lived in
accent.
London or something.
Yes.
I'm just going to mute Bunny and I'm going to listen to you.
I thought she was going to say
All right,
she's leaving.
darling.
Okay, she's muting. Okay. What's up? What's up?
The sky. Didn't
I
you
don't
used
think
to
I've got
hate it when
any.
people do that?
I'm all out of stories.
You're out of
so,
stories. We have never
I
heard
think
one
this-
story from you.
Oh, well, we've got a big story with the cases that you come up with, so I'm a bit whitewashed. I don't know how you girls do it all the time. I'm sort of like, I'm drowning in this one. I sort of, I go half a dozen, I go 1,000 miles an hour at the beginning of the case, and then by this stage I'm sort of like, see all the stories repeated, and people come on with the same story. You were saying that the other day about this one, and then you get all this false information, and that sort of whacks me on the side of the head, and I just get more and more. I'm drowned now in this story. It's nice just listening to you do your craft, and I'm listening to your flowers and doing your crepe.
But I mean, you don't
flower.
have to tell us a true crime story. You can tell us the story about, I don't know, when you went to the store and somebody aggravated you.
Oh. Well, the coronavirus is aggravating me. I'm wearing a mask all the time. That's because I don't have a car, so I walk around everywhere. I'm not shielded by.
Right.
So this wearing a mask in the store thing, I think,
That's aggravating to
without
you.
everybody using yeah, little things aggravate me more than bigger things. I think a lot of people are like that. Little things aggravate. So. But that's aggravating. In South Australia, we have to wear our masks in supermarkets. Do you? You have to wear masks where you are in the supermarket?
Yeah. Yep.
I wear it just because I don't want to get sick. A lot of them
Yes.
don't more.
Yeah. I mean, there are more people that don't, but there are more people that do now. Like, they seem like they're going back to wearing them now. I don't know. Have a good sleep, Mike. Don't wake me up with a bad mood. Mike was sure I deleted his comment or something. I don't know. I'm like, I didn't delete it.
What is the weather like there, Bunny? Are you going into like spring, summer?
So in the 2nd of October today, we are in the second month of spring.
Oh, nice.
Second month. So we're starting to warm up a little bit, not much.
Yeah.
Lots of spring rain we've had. I overlook the parkland here in Adelaide, so I've got all the cockatoos and all the birds, wildlife, just the other side of the main road. So that's quite They're all enjoying the early spring
Oh, yes.
weather. So it's up to, but it gets really hot and dry, and Adelaide is really dry. Very dry here because I think Adelaide is close to the desert, so it gets very dry and very hot.
Yeah.
And the fires that come up.
Oh, wow, they're scary.
And, they're scary everywhere. You've had it, you've had a few.
California. Yeah.
That was terrible, wasn't it? Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know. DeVito lives by those fires and stuff, and so does Bridget.
It got cold here the last couple of days. It's nice. Danielle, see. What? Nice? Oh, my gosh. I don't like the cold.
I don't like the cold.
No, me neither.
That's so stupid. We live in the cold, though.
I know. I've never known any difference.
I know. And that's like DeVito's always complaining about how warm it is. Oh, it's going to be a warm winter. Oh, gosh.
I know.
I would love to have
well,
warm winter.
I just thought I'd pop on quickly, short and sweet, and because you not heard my voice, so I thought that was on my mind, just to.
Yeah, that was good because I didn't even know. I didn't even know where you were. I really didn't.
Yeah.
I just know. Yeah, Bunny darling.
So my name's Leslie, and I got stuck in this Gmail account. I've got 2 Gmail accounts, but the other one I've got is the whole of my name, and I didn't want to use that on my username. So I chose this one, and it's Bunny Darling because I wanted to learn to throw my voice, and if I'd been a ventriloquist, I would have chosen the bunny. That's how I came out with this tag. But also, it's probably because of old movies with, Bunny Darling. It's very sort of old English, I think, sort of.
Yeah, it is.
That sort of tag sort of thing.
Wasn't
my
Bonnie
name's Leslie, anyway.
on Gone with the Wind, their daughter? Or did they just call her Bonnie?
You know what? I just said, Scooter said before she was tired, and I said, yeah, I don't know why I'm so tired either. And then I just looked at the time, and it's 5 a.m. How did that happen?
Yeah, we didn't even have movie night. What are we doing?
How did that happen? What the freak? I don't even know how that happened.
Well, you had your haul around 12:30, I think you got off.
Yeah, I know, but it feels like, no, it can't be. Is it really that time?
Well, anyways, isn't it Saturday today?
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, I'm having trouble connecting.
How the heck, though? I don't get it, though.
Unplug both of them, then plug the router.
What time is it?
5 a.m?
Oh my goodness.
I can't believe it.
Stay up so late, you just.
No, what? But I'm sitting here going like, why am I falling asleep? And I'm thinking like, why is Scooter falling asleep? And now I know why. I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah. Want to do movie night tomorrow, Carolyn?
Okay.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Sweet dreams.
I mean, I could put it on for you, but I think I don't know how many people.
I think probably everybody's tired. I don't know.
Yeah, 5 a.m. and I'm like,
yeah.
My eyes are closing, but I can't even finish my flower. But yeah, I think it probably tomorrow would be better.
I think so, but that's up to you or whoever.
Yeah, I can't stay up. I mean,
no.
Where's Mommy's
Sweet
We had too
girls.
much fun with Scooter's old shows. We were watching those.
Yeah.
We got carried away.
Wow. Yeah, I know. So, all right. Well, thanks for the moderators in the chat. Thank you guys for coming up. Good to hear you, Bunny. And you have to come up again. All right.
Love
So
to.
everybody have a good
Much love and prayers to all.
Yeah. Nice. Prayers for all the name. God bless you guys. Bye. I love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.